Let's go. Let's go. They thought we were down and out. The fix was in. They didn't want us to win. They had the script ready. They were said, we're going to send these boys back, tied 2-2 back to San Antonio. But Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, and the rest of the crew had a different script. They had a different ending. Let's get into it, man. This was a hell of a thriller. New York Knicks come into this game leading 2-1 in this series after a sad performance in Game 3 to the San Antonio Spurs, where they stole one in Madison Square Garden. The Knicks were looking to come back in this one and take back control of this series. And the way that this thing started, Karl-Anthony Towns getting 2 quick fouls in just a smidge over a minute. This thing was going south because the refs knew, man. The refs knew that if Karl-Anthony Towns was going early, there was going to be a short night for the San Antonio Spurs. And the Spurs decided to run it up real quick. They were not missing any single shot whatsoever. They were lights out from downtown. They were getting in the paint. They were shooting and knocking down every single shot possible. So well. They shot it so well that the Knicks were down by 29 points. I did not stutter. The Knicks were down by 29 points. By the half, it was 27. But this Knicks team started to show a little bit of life in that second quarter, even though it was looking dim, man. It was looking like it was out of control. But what happened, man? What happened in that third quarter? Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, and rightfully so, I'm wearing the Brunson jersey, and CK's got the OG jersey. These two guys said, we ain't going out like this. We ain't going out we ain't going out like no punks tonight, people. We are not going out like no punks. The San Antonio Spurs will be, though, because, good Lord, man, the amount of work that Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby did in that second half to get this thing back into balance, man, just magnificent. I mean, Brunson was just surgical, getting to every single spot, knocking down threes, finishing layups over Wembanyama, who was challenging him at the rim. Then you had OG, who was knocking down threes, man. This dude still says, you know what, Wemby, you can't guard me, son. You can't guard me. Put anybody in front of me, because I'm going to get mine. And then you started to get Jose Alvarado in there to help release Jalen Brunson, so that way he can get some open looks, man, and didn't have to be the sole single creator out there. Then you get Cat in there in that fourth quarter, getting step back threes, man. Mitchell Robinson putting a body on Wembanyama. The Spurs choked. When they were on fire in that first half, they went ice cold. You thought Stephon Castle was going to come save you guys? Hell nah. But guys, it all came down to this. It all came down to a couple plays, man. After Brunson got us the lead, Spurs go right back, man. You thought, oh, Fox missed the shot. We're going to get the rebound. Josh Hart misses it, man. He lets Stephon Castle get the board, and he looks. Who would have thought that Castle had the poise to think that he could ice it, man? Knocks down both of his free throws. But then what do we do, man? Call a timeout. After it was all helter-skelter, man. You know, Jose Alvarado almost had a backcourt violation. It almost could have been curtain calls for the New York Knicks, man. Could have gone back 2-2 to San Antonio. But they call a timeout. And what happens? They call a timeout. They draw up a play, say, let's get to Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson gets a clean, deep look, but it hits the front of the rim. And who out of nowhere is diving at the basket to get the tap, to get the tip in? Pause. OG Anunoby right there to give us the 1-point lead. And then Stephon Castle fumbled and bubbled and could not get the inbound pass for a clean shot. And the Knicks would win. The Knicks would win 107-106 to take a 3-1 series lead. Let's go, people. Let's go. New York Knicks up on top. People are still at Madison Square Garden, man. Rightfully so, celebrating. Let's go. Knicks go back to San Antonio on Saturday. Up 3-1 in the series. They have a chance to close it out in 5. Let's go. As I said, Knicks in 5, baby. Job's not done. Stay focused. 0-0 every single day. But the Knicks put themselves in great position and snatched the souls of the San Antonio Spurs tonight. Let's get it going, people. Hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. All right? You know who's with me on the other side, as always, man. My guy, CK2K, play-by-play extraordinaire. We're going to have CP, most likely JD, coming through later. Let's go. Calling through the Discord tonight. I need to hear everybody, man. I need to hear how everyone's feeling. The Knicks are up 3-1 CK. We are 1 win away from winning the NBA Finals. Can you believe that, people? That's where we're at right now. 1 win away. Let's go. Damn, CK. Damn. I don't know about you, bro. The range of emotions tonight from being like, wow, this is how it's going to be, to being completely dejected, to being like, oh my God, man, this is going to be a rough second half, to then seeing like, oh, we're doing something right here, man. Is this the fake Knicks comeback or is this the real Knicks comeback? What's happening here? To then jump in. I woke up my son twice, man.
Yeah,
woke up my son twice. I was screaming, shouting. I was trying to be all quiet. The missus is like, yo, you're going to have to get up here and put your son to sleep before you start the show, man. He is awake and crying right now. Might as well just had him on the show with me, man. He might wake up again. I'm not going to lie, man, because when I saw that comeback with Brunson and OG just knocking down shot after shot, man, damn. This team, bro, this team. I don't know. Are you speechless, man? You just did a whole play-by-play. How can you be speechless?
That's why. If the video's coming out, you'll see. There ain't no speechless from the play-by-play. I'm trying to get my voice. As you can hear, I'm trying to get my voice back. That was the final boss of Cardiac Knicks games. We have lived through so many Cardiac Knick comeback games. Some have not been successful. Some have been close, and we have to sit here and we're talking on this show, woulda, coulda, shoulda, trade this person, trade that person. This was the final boss of all of them. To go up 3-1 in the NBA Finals. And the crazier thing is, I'm still feeling bougie, Alex, because and look, if you watch the play-by-play, I'm not saying this to sound cool. I believed the entire way. I believed the entire way. They were calling me names in the chat, Alex. This team is special. This team is different. This team is built for the moment. That team over there, they're going to be fine in the future, but they're young. They're playing in the zoo, in the jungle off 7. That is Madison Square Garden. When we cut the lead to 22, you heard the crowd erupt. Different. Alex, they put up 41 points in the first quarter and then proceeded to only drop 30 throughout the entire second half. Different. I'm still shaking. Like, I'm trying to be calm and collect, because if I'm not, I'm going to be on here sounding like Donnie from Wild Thornberries, because I have so many thoughts and so many feels about this game. This is our basketball team. We're not sitting here, God rest his soul, watching Kobe Bryant put on phenomenal performances to give the Lakers another championship, to go for ring number 4, number 5. No, we're not watching LeBron James, the best player of all time, go out there and get another championship. No, we're not watching this SGA get his first one and now dubbing him no. This is our team that did this. This moment that's going to be replayed, that's going to be put on NBA TV, legacy games, bro. ESPN 30 for 30s, TNT. When Spike Lee, Ben Stiller, whoever it is, drops the documentary, it's our team. You know my name, CK2K. This ain't 2K. This is real life. We're one game away. One. Out of control. Skechers, by the way, Skechers, that nice little S you got, throw it away. OG gave you your new logo tonight, by the way. OG Anunoby just gave you your new logo, Skechers. So if you do something right, you're going to put OG Anunoby as the new logo of Skechers. Because that play, oh my God. One game away, Alex. One game away. This is why I try to stay calm. My voice is leaving, bro. Let's go, man.
Yeah, I would like to purchase all of the Skechers stocks right now. All of it.
I'm getting all 3 colorways.
All of it.
You know, what shoes was OG wearing tonight? I want them. I don't care.
Bro, I want all stocks in Skechers. Yo, Skechers. I know you got, I don't even know. I know you got Randall. I know you got all of them cats out there. It is OG. That is your signature player. That is your signature player. Throw him on the billboard everywhere. This play that he had just made you, it could be like Jordan type-esque money at this point. You know what I mean? Because CK, that play alone, when I saw that happen, I can't even explain how I just jumped. I jumped. I fell. I was like all over. I was like, you know, like the Angry Beavers, how like when Daggett goes crazy, he's just hitting the wall, just like bouncing off the wall. That is me. That was me today. That was me watching what OG did with that putback. My wife came running downstairs. I kid you not, people. She was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I am not okay. You might have to call the ambulance." I don't know what I just watched. My heart was racing. This team, it is so tough right now to like truly try to grasp. I don't even know how you're doing it, bro. To grasp what I just watched and make any sense of it. This comeback being down 29 points. And it's not like you're playing a scrub team. All right. See, I know we're talking about here Knicks in 5, all that, and this is a young team, and I knew it was going to be competitive every single night. But to see the Knicks do it again, what they did against Boston twice in both games 1 and game 2, to see what they did again against Cleveland after being down, to see them do it a 4th time. Yeah. They did this a 4th time, man. They did it again. They were down by so 20.
Right.
And they came back.
Yeah. Yeah.
They came back. Bro, what? Any other team that we would watch, man, throw Emmanuel Mudiay, Shane Larkin, Beno Udrih, anybody, man. Tony Douglas, anybody. Even when Stat joined the team, I can still remember that shot trying to go against the Celtics. That 3 should have still counted in my eyes.
Thanks.
These all would have been fake Knicks comebacks, man. We'd all been like, well, you know, they showed some promise there in the end, but you know what? Just didn't go our way. This team, man. This team, there's no other way to say it but that this team, like, holy cow. This team is so special. See, I tweeted out at halftime, like I said, this is a mountain of a mission for the Knicks to climb. They'd have to play damn near a perfect game. First thing they'd have to do is clean up the defensive rotations. They got to let the guys get into the paint, getting their paid touches, closeouts. They got to be following the guys on the perimeter. They got to get clean with the rotations. They did all that in a half.
Yeah.
And then instead of just driving and not going anywhere, they had to be more disciplined. Take the open look shots that you're getting. And on top of that, be decisive with what you want to do. They did that all in one half. They came out, they adjusted. They came out and they adjusted. And CK, this team, you talked about it. The Spurs only had 30 points in the second half. The Spurs only had 30 points in the second half. Your New York Knicks put up 58 in the second half. They outscored them by 28 points, which was just enough to come out with the victory, man. Good Lord. We are witnessing greatness right now. We are witnessing greatness, man. And it's not like, I know Brunson gets a lot of the shine, but what this entire team did, even Karl-Anthony Towns, man, being in foul trouble,
huge,
coming
man.
back. The dude went 4 or 5 from the field, got 13 points, a critical 13 points, knocked down all of his free throws, got 10 boards, was hustling, battling, man, rotating.
Yeah.
Putting the clamps on Wemby.
He made Wembanyama so uncomfortable.
Bro.
Like, stats will not say enough about Towns' game here.
They won't.
because
And
Wembanyama was beyond uncomfortable in this game, and that was because of Towns. I don't care how many rebounds he had in this game. I don't care how many Wembanyama had in this game. How many times did it take for him to even get a bucket to finally fall? And who was there every time? Karl Anthony Towns.
CK, this is how great Towns was tonight. In the 26 minutes, he had 10 boards. In Wemby's 44 minutes that he played tonight, he had 13.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let that be known to how dominant Karl Anthony Towns is, man. They knew. And this is what's even so crazy is, by the way, and I wasn't even going to blame the refs, although the officiating has just been so wacky. I mean, the way this game started, man, it was like, you're talking about a missed goaltend. You have Wemby with the basket interference. You have good Lord.
Yeah.
The list goes on and on, man. The list goes on and on. Thankfully, they called a flagrant on Wemby tonight. Thankfully. My goodness. They said Towns hooked Wemby when Towns didn't even hook him. Trash call.
Trash.
The foul that
got out of
said,
that all he wanted.
The first foul that they said on Fox, also trash. Fox initiated the contact, but anybody who had the tinfoil hat on, man, would have been like, "Yo, the fix is in." And the way it started, you could have sold me like, "Yo, the fix was in." Granted, the Knicks were playing like straight-ish to start the game.
Didn't help. Yeah,
didn't help whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
The fact that they were able to turn it around like that, the range of emotions, man. That's all I'm going. Like the range of emotions. I think I felt. This team is just great, man. This team is absolutely great. This team is we're witnessing greatness.
Special.
I'm still trying to comprehend and like really digest everything that I saw, man. Digest everything that I saw. And salute to Knicks Nation, man. Thank you all for tapping in for another KFTV post-game live. Knicks won 107 to 106. We're going to break it all down now, man. Just had to spitball basically what we saw, man. Just the flying emotions after this game. Craziness. Absolute craziness, man. Craziness. You know, if they didn't have the barricades around Madison Square Garden, it'd be electric right outside the Garden right now. You know that for a fact. But CK,
one more game,
man. One more game.
God.
It's insane, bro. Absolutely insane.
We drafted Frank Ntilikina, Alex.
Bro, we've gone from Frank
Ntilikina, bro.
We gone from Frank to Knox to Dotson to now watching JB.
Hey, man, not so much for my guy Dotson. Dotson was a second rounder. Leave Dotson alone. You didn't have to put Dotson in there, bro.
I'm just saying, man. You know, like
shout out the whole team.
Shout out the whole team, Dot, man. I mean, we saw Ignas Brazdeikis on this team.
No.
We were always hoping, man. I don't know about you, but I was looking at the G League. Like, is anybody in the G League that we can add to the team, man? Like, how we doing? Anybody that we can add to this roster to spice it up a bit? Don't even have to look at that right now anymore, man. Don't even. And my goodness, man. My goodness. Let me get to some super chats right now, and then we're gonna break this thing down, man. Just had to spitball to start this thing up. Make sure to share these videos, man. Let the people know where we're to tap into right now to get Knicks coverage, okay? Let them know that we're the #1 show for the fans, by the fans, okay? CK, we got 3,500 in the chat right now with us. Salute to all you, man. Appreciate all of you for being here right now for post-game live. You could be anywhere in the world doing anything you want, but you're here with us, and we appreciate it. Shout out to Sandman and DSOL for becoming franchise channel members. Shout out to Will Piper as well. And shout out to Muted Growl for also becoming franchise channel members. Shout out to Tyrone Joseph with the $10 super says, God is great and the devil is a liar. The league tried so hard to screw us over, but what is destined shall be. Let's go, New York Knickerbockers. I love everybody. Shout out to Chris Ward Jr. with the $20 super chat says, OG for MVP. He will never have to spend another dollar in the city again. History. That's a fact, man. Shout out to CL Kenrick with the $5 super chat. 29-point comeback was the best I've ever witnessed. Who are your OG with 33 points? Brunson Burner Barrage. You damn right.
Come on, man.
Shout out to Knicks Champ, man. Shout out to New York to Pennsylvania, man. For being a franchise channel member, said, did we just see the best comeback in the NBA? Yes, we did. Yeah. Yes, we did. We just witnessed the greatest comeback in NBA history right now. We just did. Shout out to my 2 cents, man. An OG, man. Shout out to you for the $20 super chat. Says down 29. Refs had us rattled. MSG held its breath, but the Knicks battled, believed, and refused to die. OG's tip in shook 53 years of heartbreak out of the Garden. Greatest finals comeback. Job's not done, but this is destiny. Shout out to Rhymosaurus with the $5 super chat. Says Brown trusting the Brooklyn Boricua Alvarado again. Wepa! Plus, inserting Huck and Sohan to rough up Wemby helped Cat and Mitch come back strong. Shout out to Banzai Knicks with the 500 yen. Says Konnichiwa from Japan. Best game ever. Go Knicks. Banzai, Banzai, Banzai. One more win. Shout out to Rey Nobleza with the $5 super chat, man. Shout out to you for being a franchise channel member as well. Like everyone else, the Spurs got cocky because they were up by a large margin. They just got hit with a reality check that is the New York Knicks. Shout out to Proven with the $10 super chat. Said, I had about 6 heart attacks during this game. You ain't lying, man. I can't take this type of game every day, every game. Hashtag one more. Yo. Woo. It was bleak by halftime, man. Bleak. Shout out to Lux the God with the $5 super chat. Says, all that help from the refs and they still lost. Now we're in their heads. Fox shooting after the rebound was jokes. Shout out to Jordan Genesis with the $2 super chat. Appreciate it. Says, we need Sky Zoo performing at the MSG watch party. Yeah, man, that would be sick. Shout out to MA007 with the $5 super chat. Says, I know everyone's exhilaration is still through the roof. Kidding me? We really never quit. Shout out to Tyrone Joseph again with the $5 super chat. Says, thank you for the show, fellas. You're all a blessing. In Greensboro, North Carolina now, working the third shift. The fix was in, but God don't like ugly. Peace. And shout out to you, man, for working your third shift. Shout out to everybody, man, who's working their third shift, overnight drivers, whatever you're doing right now and tapping. And we appreciate all the hard work you're putting in right now, man. We truly do. Shout out to New York City B-Ball for being a franchise channel member. He says, was Clyde in the building? He was in the building. Clyde was in the building.
Always.
Shout out to Hyper Driven, man, with the $2 super chat for being a franchise channel member. Says, been a Knicks fan since 1979. What? Shout out to the Yankee Mojo with the $2 super chat for being a franchise channel member. Wemby's ish talking came back to bite him in his you-know-what, the baguette.
Yeah, man.
Silver Souls with the $5 super chat says Nixon 5. Shout out to Timothy Dancer with the $10 super chat. Says, Wu-Tang ain't nothing to family show with. They inspired this comeback. Shout out to SG Fuzz with the $5 super chat. Says, who's in whose head now? Sounded like a Fox and Sox rhyme almost there for a second, man. Shout out to Russell Whiskey with the $20 super chat. Says, Wu-Tang greater than 47. Shout out to New York City B-Ball with the $5 super chat. Says, like I said before, the robbed OG of first team, how sweet would it have been for him to get finals MVP. Shout out to Daniel, man, with the $10 super chat. Says, just take my money. I have no words. Shout out to Raging Pianist for being a franchise channel member for 17 months. Says, heart from these players is unmatchable. Shout out to Mike Brown running with Alvarado, New York native who went to Christ the King High School just few miles away. Shout out to Boss Girl with the $2 super chat. She said CK, admitted Taylor Swift was a good luck charm.
Oh man. No. Shout out to Taylor Swift, man.
Oh man. Notice how she left Kelsey behind. She's like, all right, babe, you stay back over there. You can't be rocking with me. Can't be. Yeah. Shout out to MA007 with the $10 super chat. Says, I work overnights. I come into work and everyone is watching and rooting for the Knicks, but I'm the only diehard. They've calmed down, but still in outer space trying to focus, overcoming all odds. Let's go, Knicks. Shout out to New York City B-Ball with the $2 super chat. It says Spurs fans were trolling heavy in the chat. Hey, man. Now they all quiet. Now they all quiet. We all know how that goes, man. Now you all quiet. What Stink Meter said? Now you got kicked in your chest. Still one more game to go, though. Stay locked in. Shout out to Daniel Andrews with the $2 super chat. Shout out to 5 times Game 3 versus India. Can't win off. Shout out to OJ with the, what's the CA? What is the CA? Is that, Canadian. That's the Canadian $14 super chat. Says, France won't accept Wemby back after these missed free throws. Shout out to Knicks Forever for being a franchise channel member for 10 months. Says, I don't know why I just don't know what I just watched, but I know one day, 20 years from now, my grandkids will ask me about it. Yeah, man. Shout out to Never Forgive Action for $5 super chat. Says, CK, you held us down and kept us calm. Huge shout outs to you, bro. The clan cleansed. The bad juju at halftime. Wu-Tang forever. Knicks forever. Shout out to... Oh, 1 second. Hey, yo, hold on. Thing just... Now my super chats just went all over the place. What? Wait, why are you doing this to me? All right. Hold on 1 second. We got a big super chat. Shout out to Conquito forever. With the A. Oh, what is this? ARS.
Oh, that's
ARS. What is it? Shout out to the Argentino peso. Shout out to you, Conquito, with the 1,000 Argentinian peso super chat. Says, first, the Knicks have some balls. Huevos. Second, France. Let's go, Knicks. Greetings from BA. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. All right. Let's take a pause right there. Let's get back to the analysis, man. Appreciate everyone for donating, man, and throwing in the super chats. We'll get back to some more super chats. And we see a lot of callers, man. Don't worry. We got a lot to run through. We're going to get to all your calls in a bit. CK, let's get to some of this analysis now, okay?
All right. I'm just watching the OG play on replay. I ain't gonna lie. I have it just playing on loop. I'm being so serious. Oh my God.
All right, man.
Sorry, let's be professional. I'm sorry. Oh yeah.
Where do you want to start with, man? I mean, do you want to talk about? Do you just want to go straight into the player of the game, role player of the game? Like, you just want to go straight into that? Should we just go straight into that? All right, man.
Let's get talk as I can have. Let's do it. Let's get it.
All right, man. So this is going to be interesting. I feel like there's two player of the games, man. I don't think there should be one. I don't think there should be one. So since you're rocking one jersey, I'm rocking the other jersey. I'm gonna talk about Brunson first, all right, and then we'll get to OG. Brunson, man. A lot of you were in the chat last game, killing this man. By the way, killing him. And look, rightfully so or not. Look, we all know that he hasn't had the greatest series. Okay, we all know that he's been struggling. But last game. Look, man, you can only hold the good man down for so long, all right? He was figuring it out, as we discussed last game, all right? Dribbled the living daylights out of the basketball. He was looking for answers, man, last game. And you know what? Tonight he did have the move the ball quicker out. Thankfully, having Alvarado out there helped him not be the sole initiator of the offense. But Brunson, my goodness, after what was a slow start for this team, was one of the two candles to set this thing ablaze. I mean, tonight, this man had 36 points, 12 of 25 from the field, 3 of 7 from downtown, 9 of 11 from the free throw line, got you 5 boards, 7 assists, 3 steals, okay? Plus 11 on the night. This guy, there's a reason why he's the captain. There's a reason why he's Captain Clutch. There's a reason why you have him as the leader of this team and that why you trust him with the basketball late in the shot clock, late in the game. It's because of his decision making. 9 out of 10 times, he's going to make the right play. 9 out of 10 times, he's going to set guys up and get them on position. 9 out of 10 times, he's going to cause the defense to bend because he's just that great. And when you have to put that much attention on him, it opens it up for everybody else. Yes, this is not taken away from what anybody else has done this series, this postseason run, but there's a reason why guys are getting the shots and the attempts that they're getting and the open looks and better looks than Brunson. It's because he is that dominant. It's because he is that lethal of a scorer and playmaker that while he was out there, he's able to bring this team back, man. One of the reasons, as I said, to bring this team back. And when you're just watching him in that second half, I mean, when you're watching him in that second half and the Spurs just go ice cold, he's like, all right, this is my time to shine. Let me get physical. Let me put Castle. Let me take Castle out of the game. Let me give him his 5th foul so that way he can't be aggressive. This is the IQ. This is the level of gamesmanship, the gameplay that you need from somebody who controls the rock for a majority of the game. He's reading the court. He's looking for the opportunities. He's not afraid of Wembanyama. Even when he's missing shots, he's still got the confidence. He is so sure of himself, CK. He knows that he's going to drop wherever he goes. How about that 3? That corner 3, his patented right side wing 3, man. above the break, drilling it from deep.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson is just so fantastic, man. We are so lucky to have him on this team, and he continues to show you why they believed in him, they invested in him, and they give him the rights and that green light to go, man, because when he's out there, there's nobody that can match. There's nobody that can match that type of play style, that confidence, and that shot making. The dude is just tough.
Yeah. Yeah. Easily his best game of the series. Easily his best game of the series. Yeah. I'm gonna be real. I said it in play-by-play. I'm gonna say it to you now. We're 3-1 in this series. I'm not listening to, if you are still not entertained, still want to sit there and cry and whine about Jalen Brunson this, Jalen Brunson that, then you've lost the plot. Peace and love. God bless you. You know, you're going to celebrate just the same with us when we get this next win and get the championship. But at the same time, you don't deserve what we got from this guy. Jalen Brunson was huge. The main thing Alex just said was in that second half. There is no OG Anunoby tip. I mean, literally, but there is no OG Anunoby tip for the win without Jalen Brunson playing the way he did in that third quarter. Masterful. Now, people want to argue about the overdrive. Look, everything he was doing was needed at the right time. We were getting to a point where we were settling for threes, settling for dumb shots, and Brunson was going right into the paint, right after whoever the case may be. It got to a point where it was so masterful, where it's like Brunson knew the defense ahead of the defense even setting into where he was anticipating players to be. If you watch Brunson in all the overdribbling, while you guys are complaining and whining about Brunson dribbling the ball too much, if you watch Brunson, there's a lot of the time where you see him start and go left, where you would see Wembanyama then start to creep over to that side, and immediately, whether it was Alvarado, whether it was Towns, whether it was OG, whoever he hands the ball to, it would be a quick handoff and get the ball right back. Wembanyama stays on that left side, and now Brunson all of a sudden has all the space in the world to cook on the right side, and then he gets buckets. We saw him go after it time after time, whether it was Castle guarding him, whether it was Champagne guarding him. It didn't matter who it was. It got to a point where Brunson knew exactly where Wembanyama was on the floor at all times to clear a runway. Brunson went from having a hard time even getting past the half-court line to shooting damn near 50% in this game. He was huge. So that's why I'm saying, if you're still complaining to me about my captain, then you know what? Peace and love. You know that you're in a world of your own, because we are lucky to have number 11 on this team playing the way he's playing in big moments. I can't stress enough, this is not a game in February. This is the NBA Finals. There's zero fear in that 6-foot guard that is leading this team to the point that we're supposed to be at. Shout out to Jalen Brunson. He easily should be co-player of the game in this game. There is no second half comeback without Jalen Brunson. Argue with your mama, man. Also, he gave you 7 assists for you complainers out there. Yeah, he had 3 turnovers. They were down the stretch. They were throwing body parts around for the Spurs, so I ain't even going to give him that, whatever the case may be. But Jalen Brunson, I felt like, was phenomenal in this game. Easily, Alex, his best game of the series. Easily.
For sure. And look, this guy in the first half, because look, first half, shot 43% from the field, got you 19 points. You know, it was, you need those 19 points, because in that first half, when you didn't have anybody, man, there was no answers. Towns was out, and you saw Mike Brown didn't want to play him in that first quarter. He was just being like, Towns had shallow minutes in the first half, just because Mike Brown knows that I need this guy, and the way that is being officiated, I can't take any risk with him being out there for Wemby, because if God forbid, man, he gets 3, 4, then we're really in a tough spot. And you saw how critical Towns was in that second half. So what you needed from Brunson, even though it wasn't the most efficient, it was efficient enough to get you 19 points. But then when you talk about that second half, CK, that second half, and we're going to get to OG in a bit. When you get to that second half, 6 of 11 from the field, shot 55%, okay, 2 of 4 from downtown, hits all of his free throws, okay, gets you 17 points. He was a plus 30. The dude was also generating turnovers, the heads-up plays, getting the steals, getting out in transition, using his body to shield off Wemby or whoever who was around him to get finishes around the rim. That is the smart playmaking. And we can talk about the guys he was hunting, right? Champagne, he's like, oh, if Champagne's gonna be on me, I'm gonna take it to my strong side. That way he can't guard me, man. I'm gonna drive to my strong side. Or if you see De'Aaron Fox, who's also lefty, he's like, you know what? He knows how to guard a lefty. I'm gonna make sure I put him out of position. So that way because I know how to guard, how I don't want to be defended or attacked if I'm a lefty. You know what I mean?
100%.
He understands the assignment. He knows what he wants. Even with Castle, like I said, he knows Castle's in foul trouble. Get him in foul trouble. He had to leave early in that fourth quarter because of the foul trouble. They're like, yo, we can't have him out there for too long. They needed him. Castle was the hero in game 3. You need him again in this game. Like I said, he almost iced this thing out. But Brunson is aware enough. He has the heads up play to be like, yo, I'm going to keep challenging him because if he fouls out, man, are they going to really put it in the hands of Harper? Jalen Brunson, man. Fantastic. How about the lob to Mitch?
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson, man. One of the players of the game. And now, with that being said, I'm going to let CK talk about his guy, man.
We sat here after game 3 worried that we wasted an OG performance. I mean, we did waste it, right? But it was worry in because he had a rough go in the first 2 games. So it's like, all right, is he gonna be back at this level? Are we gonna see that version of OG Anunoby again? Brother, I ain't gonna lie. I know basketball is only a 4-quarter sport, but it felt like we watched an 8-quarter game because OG, even through the nonsense and the bad play that we had in the first half, OG looked like he just continued playing from game 3 onto this game. There was no skip in his step at all. Like OG and brother, I can't stress enough the level of offense ability that OG Anunoby has. Like every way that you can score a basketball, I'm not just talking about 3-pointer or 2-pointer. I'm talking about you want a step back 3 ball, OG got you. You want a mid-range fadeaway OG got you. You want a floater tip like Space Jam over all the defenders, OG got you. OG Anunoby this was the guy that we saw during the regular season this year that had a lot of people like, oh, he's stepping up as an offensive player. We know what he can do defensively, but he's turning into that Kawhi Leonard light that we all wanted to see. Look, man, OG Anunoby is a game away from being a 2-time champ. Kawhi can't even say that. So all that Kawhi Leonard light stuff, we're going to have to be talking about Kawhi needs to start playing like OG because the way that this dude took over when it just felt like this game was all but over. When I'm talking about second quarter, when we're looking at a 24-point lead, looking at a 26, OG was out there making some of the toughest shots, taking it right after nothing on his face. I say to Alex all the time, my favorite emote by OG Anunoby is no emote. Brother, hit the craziest shot of the game, and he's in a post-game press conference saying, it was a good win. We did what we had to do. We all played. I'm like, that's my MVP right there. You just made the most historic shot in basketball history. Argue with your mama. And this dude is already like, it was a good shot. That is OG Anunoby, man. Everything you could want in a basketball player is OG Anunoby. We talk about these guys that if you created a player, it'd be like, OG Anunoby is that guy. I was not joking when I told you I literally have the play on loop on my third monitor right here because it is just the perfection, the timing, everything about that play. And then Alex, we get so excited about that tip. What about the block?
Right?
What about the block? Everything you could possibly ask for from a player in games where they are crucial, vital, important. Anunoby is your guy. Oh, Google Anunoby. What more do you want, man? I've been saying that when we win this championship, Brunson needs a statue. I'm going to be so real with you, JB. I'm going to have to scoot you over a little bit because we're going to need to make some room for Google to get us a statue because peace and love, man. This dude right now is balling. And he, like I said, just the fact that there was no fall off from 3 to 4 was huge. there is no, again, the same way I said that there's no Knicks win without Jalen Brunson, there is definitely no Knicks win without OG Anunoby, because he was in the mud when we were down and we couldn't find any offense. OG was keeping us afloat. So OG Anunoby for sure should be that co-player of the game. And if you're gonna say he's the 1A in the chat, I'm not fighting you on it.
I can't fight with any of that, man. I can't fight with any of that. You could all be deciding factors who's the 1A, 1B. It don't even matter, man. Guess what? They're both number ones in my eyes, so it don't really matter. But yo, the fact that here's the crazy thing, CK. And let me just give off the stats, because the biggest thing, not only did he have 33 points, he went 7 of 9 from downtown. He went 7 of 9 from downtown. Yo, anything that he put up, and he was so laser focused, like, oh, I'm wide open. Yeah, this is going in. And then it was at a point where I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna go in at this point. Yeah, I'm not worried if OG's putting up a 3. He's wide open. Don't matter. He got blocked by Wemby once. But even outside of that, he saw Wemby trying to close out. He's like, nah, I still don't buy it. Don't matter. Yeah. You don't scare me. That is ice cold, bro. That is stone cold killer. The man dunks over Wemby. He can shoot with Wemby closing out. He is not afraid of that man. Wemby out here training with monks. OG said, I don't need no monks to get my game up, bro. I don't need no monks. I don't need to go. I just train, bro. I run in the sand. Go get out of here, man. You don't know my training skills. Go do what you got to do. Go act like the fake tough guy. All right. I don't got to do none of that, man. Because I ain't afraid of nobody. OG finishes the game today with 33 points, 10 of 15 from the field, 7 of 9 from downtown, makes all 6 of the 3 free throw attempts, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. The guy with every single, bro, he's shooting 67% from the field. 79% from downtown. The man is back to being the OG that we saw during the Atlanta series. And you know what's funny is that you said, yo, you thought he was gonna call, bro. He'd even match the same level. He dialed it up.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, we talked about, and you said it. We wasted an OG game. He's like, nah, bro. I'm just getting going. Just give me a second, man. Just let me get. OG, man, the two-way performance, phenomenal. And to be honest, we got to stop with the Kawhi comparisons. Because it's not even doing it's doing him a disservice by making him less than and comparing it to somebody else. He is his own man. Yeah. He is his own man at this point, because the stone cold killer, it's just so interesting, because when we got Mikal, and when we got Mikal, we thought Mikal was going to be the third option, fourth option. OG has supplanted and has been the official third option, even some nights second option, even some nights number 1 option, man. And the fact that he's getting you 33 points, and he's capable of getting you 33 points in this manner where it's nothing flashy. It's not like he has a tween game that he's just going to take you off the bounce, right? He's like doing like Klay Thompson-esque stuff, man, where it's just simple. Am I open for the shot? I'm going to take it. Do I see a driving lane? I'm going to dunk it. Oh, let me do a step back 3, step back 2 from time to time. Cool. No more than 4 dribbles. When he takes more than 4 dribbles, it's going sideways for him. He is so playing within his envelope. He doesn't expand outside of that, and he's so efficient in it. This is why we're seeing him transcend offensively, man. And he just knows the shots that he wants. We talk about Brunson being confident and sure of himself in the shot attempts that he's taking. OG is the same way. When he is confident and he knows what he wants to do, there's nobody that can stop him, man. And that last play, that you talk about the dunk, and we're gonna, we have the LeBron block against the Golden State Warriors, right? We know about that one on Andre Iguodala. That is supplanted in our minds. Yeah. We will not forget, because it's the same. It is up there. Man. It is up there. Yeah. The LeBron chase down block is one of the top 3 greatest moments in NBA history. OG enters that now. He is in one of the top 3 greatest moments. Knicks seal the deal. That is going up as one of the top 3 greatest moments to help you come back and really put yourself in position to win this series.
It saved us.
He did save us, man. That's what I'm saying. He saved us, but like that type of play, like that's good. You talk about it being on loop. It's not gonna be on loop on just MSG network. It's gonna be on NBA network. It's gotta be on every single outlet that covers basketball. Okay, it might even go into the Naismith Hall of Fame for what we see, because the way that he elevates over everybody to get that rebound, we joke about it on this show saying, yo, when he jumps, it's like he's Prince from the Dave Chappelle skit in Game Blouses, right? The way that he was able to just rise and drop, like, keep in mind, he inbounded the ball. He inbounded the ball to Brunson. He called for the ball. He saw Brunson put up the shot because he was wide open. He's like, oh, I got this. He just crashes the board, man. Crashes the board like Josh Hart would, and he's up there. He's just hanging. And it's Harper, it's Castle, I believe. I think it's Vassell in there too. All these guys, you have 3-4 guys, man, around the rim, and he just out jumps everybody. He out jumps. You have Victor Wembanyama on the court, who is 7'5", who barely needs to get his hand jump to get his hand above the rim. He's out there extending like Michael Jordan from Space Jam. To get the finish. And all I could think of is not only that, the second thing that I saw right after that is Harper just stunned. He's stunned because he goes like, the same face he made.
I was going to say, it's the second time he did that.
The same face he made when Wemby throws an elbow to Nasreen. He makes the same face again, like, yo, did that just happen? And I can tell you right in that moment, not just for him, but for the rest of the San Antonio Spurs, they were like, what the hell? That crushed their spirit. I don't care how intense game 5 is. You lose like that, not just once, but twice in a series on some catastrophic stuff, whether it's game 2 where you're turning it over, you throw the ball off of where Wemby throws the ball off of Castle's back, or now you're just not there. You have 4 guys around the rim. You can't grab a rebound and OG gets a putback. The man just made history. The man is a legend. We're going to talk about this like we talk about the Starks dunk on Jordan. This has to be, this is up there with the Willis Reed walking back out from the tunnel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where this is, man. That is where this is. And all that to say is that OG Brunson share the player of the game, man, because good Lord, what we just watched. Wow.
No fight for me.
Wow.
No fight for me.
Let us know in the chat what you think, man. We got co-players of the game. Let us know what you think. If somebody else should be, what you got in the chat, man.
Alex, do you understand how many historic games we have had in this one playoff run alone, brother? Like, take your pick. From game 1 against Cleveland, from winning by 51 points in the closeout, from, there are so many games you could choose from this singular playoff run by the Knicks that are all-timers in that respected round. This team, man. This team, bro.
Bro, this team. I'm just telling you. Oh, man. And shout out to Chuck in the chat, man. Shout out to Chuck D in the chat, man. Throw a hashtag P in there, PE in there. He said, the rest, Alex, the rest. Yes, OG needed that rest. Shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to McCallum, everybody, man. This is where you talk about a team collective effort. That round against Philly, to give OG enough rest to not only say, yo, you don't need to come back to close out against Philly. Get that rest because we're going to need you for the big moment, man. We're going to need you for the big moment. Good Lord, man. Good Lord. This team is just so amazing. Just so amazing right now. So amazing. I see everybody. If you're all jumping out the window right now, throw a window emoji in the chat, man. Throw a window emoji in the chat.
Jumping. Y'all should we all should be on the floor.
Hey, man.
We should have been out.
Knicks PTSD is a real thing for some people, man. They got to see it to believe it. You know what I mean? Throw a window emoji in the chat if you're jumping out the window after this one, especially this one. All right, throw a window emoji in the chat. Throw a JD grill in the chat. Throw a CK emoji. Throw a CP emoji, man. Throw any emoji in the chat. Let us know how you feel. Damn. Yo, let's get into the role play of the game, man. Oh yeah, TM, I know. Shout out to the chief modern operation, man. Yeah, we've been outside, and you and me been outside. You know, like some people afraid entering the series, and had to go back in, shut the window, and close it. But now they're probably believing, and we're probably gonna hear that person on the show tonight. Don't worry, we're gonna hear from them. I know for a fact. I know for a fact. Yo, let's get to the role play of the game, man. Let's get to the role play of the game. And I want to let you know. You tell me who you think it is, but my role player of the game is Jose Alvarado. I thought in tonight's game, so impactful, so needed. You get another game. You get another game where Landry's not hitting a shot. Clarkson comes in there. Clarkson, you my guy, bro. No hate. Good work, Clarkson.
God.
You're Clarksoning, man. You are Clarksoning. All right? You've been so composed this regular season, man, even during the postseason. Good Lord. Whew. Give me heart attacks. But you're looking for answers from the bench. You're looking for answers from the bench, man. And this is why the Knicks needed a new head coach, somebody that would be willing to go to the bench and try something, man, to see when it's not working. Like I said, it wasn't Shamit, it wasn't Deuce, it wasn't Clarkson. All right. Who'd he go with? He went with Jose Alvarado. New York's very own Jose Alvarado. New York's Christ of the King's very own Jose Alvarado. The stats are not going to do it justice. And honestly, like if you're seeing it right now, the 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 or 4 from the field,
still good.
2, 3
still
in 60 minutes. Yeah. It's still good, man, for coming off the bench.
Yeah.
But it doesn't do it justice enough. And how about the spin cycle that he had for the layup? Woo!
Oh my God, beautiful.
Yo, I was like, yo, he got you with the okey doke.
Beautiful
move. And Wemby's like, oh, he's just gonna dribble it right back out.
Right.
Nope, right. You thought. Man, but Jose, look, and the reason why I'm giving Jose a lot of because I've already touched on it during the show. Last game we saw Brunson, the Spurs defense. You gotta give it credit. People don't like it that I'm giving the Spurs defense credit, but you gotta give them credit because they are applying a lot of pressure. You know, I've always talked about the biggest thing for me. The X factors were never the biggest impact was not going to be necessarily Wemby. It was the guards because they can defend at a high level and they can all get downhill at a high level. And you see it when Brunson brings the ball across half court. They're right there showing whether it's just 1, 2, trying to get the ball out of his hands, and they're trapping. They're doing a great job, man. They're seriously doing a great job. Obviously not good enough tonight because you all choked. But that's a whole other story. But they're doing a good enough job, especially in game 3, where it really frustrated the Knicks offense from getting into rhythm. So what does Mike Brown do? Not only does he say, look, none of these other guys are really giving me anything special tonight, but I do need somebody who can be out there and initiate the offense right next to Jalen Brunson. So that way, one, he's not the only sole guy who's out there that can just keep the dribble alive, but also I can get Brunson a little bit more off ball. So that way he's not the sole focus out there and I don't have to constantly put it in his hands. And so with Alvarado out there, he provided just that. And not only does he come out here and knock down threes, not only the one that was a toilet flush and drop, which was very critical, but
huge.
He gave you great shooting tonight. He was very efficient from the field. I thought defensively, even though he was getting called for fouls, I thought he was defending Castle very well. I thought he defended Harper well at times, man. He was battling out there. He tried, and that's all you need at times, man, from somebody that can go out there and just try. And for his 16 minutes, I thought it was a very efficient and effective 16 minutes. And you saw Mike Brown even close with him tonight because you needed that guy who can help Brunson and everybody else just get into their sets. Whether it's Towns out there because he has good chemistry with Towns, whether it's Brunson out there just so they have another playmaker out there. Jose Alvarado, man, is my role player of the game. So instrumental tonight in what the Knicks needed in order to win this one.
Yeah. Before I give my answer, can I just say, look, again, another person I feel like gets a lot of hate. Hopefully not so much now when we're one game away. Shout out to Mike Brown. Shout out to Mike Brown for us to even be sitting here and we have options, because with the early foul trouble with Karl Anthony Towns, Mike Brown didn't just say, all right, I guess Porty has to play and leave it at that. He gave Sohan some minutes that I feel like were pretty solid in the little bit of time that we needed. I think he did just enough. I don't think we need to overuse Sohan. I was fine with what he used. I was fine with what we got from Huck Porty. Tried Clarkson. Clarkson had a few rough plays in a row. And then to your point, he stuck with Jose Alvarado. But the fact that we have a coach that he went 12 deep in the NBA finals, Alex. Like, I'm still shook by that.
He went 12 early in the second quarter.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm just still shook about that. You know what I mean? Like it just the fact, and I liked the way that he was going through with them because it was keeping fresh looks, trying things to keep us afloat, not getting stagnant with anything while we were even with a 24 point deficit. I had to give that a shout out. I'm sure we probably would have got to it at some point, but because we're talking about the role player of the game, I feel like this is the perfect time to mention that. Now, while I give him props, I also have to make a public apology to who my role player of the game is because I was so focused on what we needed defensively that I was very, very wrong towards the end. Shout out to our role player of the game, and I am in complete agreement with Alex in it being Jose Alvarado. I was down the stretch. I had said it in the play-by-play, and I was like, all right, time to get the starting five back out there. Good minutes from Alvarado. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Then that 3-ball falls. I was like, you know what? I get it now. Because to your point, it wasn't clicking in my mind on the offense why it was working so well for us. All my brain was on, look, I get Bridges isn't shooting, but he's been good for us defensively. We need the defense right now. Get stops. But like you mentioned, the way that Alvarado was so helpful down the stretch as that secondary ball handling option, the Spurs looked like they had no idea what to do with that because obviously there was times when it was just a quick handoff and right back to Brunson, but then there was other times when Alvarado kept the ball to the point we talked about with the nice little spinneroonie over around Victor Wembanyama for a layup. So the Spurs just looked like they were lost in the sauce on how to even guard us and how to, can I stay all the way on Brunson or am I going to have to put a little bit of pressure on Jose? So I was so blind to that because I was so focused on we need to man up and defend that, after that big 3-ball and then I'm seeing the offense, I'm like, Alvarado is the reason why we're getting these shots so easily. Alvarado's the reason why they're giving Brunson a little bit more space. So I apologize late, but I want to officially apologize now because those who are watching play-by-play know that I was being a little salty because I didn't realize it right away. Yeah, he's 100% the player of the game because like you said, the stats don't tell the whole story because just him being on the floor provided so much more opportunity for Brunson. And like you said, getting opportunities for OG Anunoby. And again, I don't think Cat gets enough credit. I know it wasn't a sexy stat line, but Karl-Anthony Towns I thought was huge in this one too. And Alvarado with that chemistry those two have, it made Cat a threat even without him really scoring. So yeah, Alvarado was huge in this game. NBA Finals, somewhere that I don't think the beginning of this season he thought he was going to be at. I don't think in his career, he thought he was going to be in the NBA Finals where he was sitting in the beginning of this season. You know what I mean? And, he stepped up in New York, in his hometown, everything you mentioned. He definitely deserves role player of the game. So apology and also role player of the game. Shout out to Jose Alvarado. Huge game.
Shout out to Jose Alvarado, man. The dude was just so instrumental off the bench. And let us know in the chat, man. Who do you think your role player of the game is? Do you think it's Jose Alvarado? Do you think it's somebody else? Let us know in the chat who you think the role player of the game is. Mitchell Robinson. Let us know. Touching on Mike Brown, man. Like, this is not to put Tibbs down, but this is what the front office was looking for, man. And this is where this is what they envisioned. Is that you need to be prepared to switch and adjust and be flexible with your rotations. You can't just say, these are my guys, this is how I got here, the ship of the guys who I got here with. Yeah, you can do that with your starting 5. You can do that with the 6. Mitchell Robinson's going to be a mainstay just because of where he stands in the center pecking order, being your, one of your top 2 centers on the team. But look, when you got Shamit, who's been instrumental in games 1 and game 2 and the postseason, it's like he's not giving it. It's like giving you anything. You know, he was 0 of 3 tonight, minus 13. You're the head coach. You're like, I need to go a different direction. I can't just continue to rely after I saw 20 minutes and this guy's not giving me anything. And whether that means my stars got to play more minutes, whether that means I got to go check my bench for something else, that is the beauty about why you have to be a little bit more creative as a head coach. And look, you got to give him credit for experimenting during the regular season, giving guys opportunities to say, what can you show me right now? And then not only that, but saying, look, this is what I need from you when we get to this level. Look, think about Clarkson and how he transformed his game. Think about Alvarado when he started and now what he's giving us. Because when he came to the Knicks, right, it was like he had a first couple 5 games that were very hot and then was tough to watch on some nights, man.
Yeah.
And now he was out of the rotation going to the postseason, came back in against Atlanta, has been in and out, and hasn't really gotten, you know, the most consistent amount of minutes. But Mike Brown's still even saying, hey, even though you haven't been the most consistent guy since you got here, I trust you enough to go out there and go make plays. And once again, you got to give Mike Brown a lot of credit because a lot of this is not necessarily talent. All these guys are talented in the league. Yeah, there's varying levels of talent of like who should be your lead guy, who could be the second option, this, that, and the third. But all these guys are talented. And the fact that Mike Brown is giving these guys the confidence and the trust to go back out there, even though moments throughout the regular season and postseason, he can't rely on them or saying, hey, this is not your night. Yo, Mike Brown is pulling the right strings, man. This is where, you know, even though he wasn't the Knicks' first option as a head coach, they did the right hiring process, due diligence in order to figure out the guy who would be the right man for the job.
Yep.
And right now he is 1 game away from being the right man for the job.
Yeah.
So shout out to Mike Brown, man. He has been absolutely phenomenal in getting the Knicks to this point. And 12 guys?
12.
12, bro. We're
NBA
having
finals,
conversations like, oh, who's going to be the 8? Should we go even further than 8? This man said, family show you 8. I'll go 12 if I need to, man. I ain't afraid to do that. This is what he did out in Sacramento.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes like you just got to go searching for options, man. I even think about the time, and I like to use the reference of like when the Warriors were playing the Cavs the first time, and David Lee started, but then Draymond Green came in because he got injured. You didn't see David Lee that much throughout the regular season, but then you're like, hey, we need somebody who could shoot and do some playmaking. And then they throw David Lee back out there, and then it puts him in the position to win that series. And so you just got to be amendable in your decision making, man. It can't just be so rigid, and that's what Mike Brown's provided, which has just been a breath of fresh air for this team.
Yeah. And that's the whole purpose and whole point of what the front office did with the change. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't a to shade Thibodeau. That's not what neither Alex or I are trying to say. But that's what the whole purpose of the move was. You know, we kept getting to a place of somewhat success. We kept improving gradually. We got close, and there's just something missing. And you know, Mike Brown showed that extra something that we needed, and that is, like Alex said, you know, feeling out and using your roster, your roster, using who you got on the squad. And you know, what I love, because in today's game, that's what's been successful. I mean, look, we're a game away from proving that. What I love about the game today, outside of all the other things that we can complain about, is you see that the teams that utilize their roster more so than the old-fashioned, you know, the rotations get tighter when we get to the NBA playoffs. Yeah, those days are done, because now you need everybody that is suited up to play to win these games in the NBA finals, because you never know what kind of rotation, what kind of matchup, what kind of combination you're going to see. That's why it's best to know what you have and to try things out. And today was like a perfect example, because wouldn't have expected Karl-Anthony Towns to be in foul trouble a minute and 10 seconds into the game. So it was time for Huck Poirier to go out there and let Mitchell Robinson get a breather. It was time to throw Jeremy Sohan in there to see what he can get, what edge he can give defensively when we're down by a lot of points. You know, those are the things that I have more than enough respect for Mike Brown, and he's about to do something that I don't even want to know the head count amount of coaches we had leading up to this point, but he's about to do something that a lot of them could not get done. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that, when people were believing that he didn't have his team and he's losing the locker room, he's got the faith in these guys, and they're giving the best product out there, regardless if they're having off shooting nights or not. So yeah, I'm glad that we're giving Mike Brown some praise today, because the way that he turned this thing around from Atlanta to today, phenomenal stuff, man.
And you're thinking about Mike Brown being the 14th head coach since.
Yuck. I asked Alex. I said I didn't want to know the number. I didn't want to know the number.
I'm letting you know, man. So that way people know. Mike Brown is the 14th head coach since Jeff Van Gundy, left in 02. So there you have it, man.
Thanks.
14 coaches. No problem. Just had to make sure we all knew that. All right, man. That is our role player. Those are our players of the game and role players of the game. Let us know in the chat, like I said, who you think it is. Salute to Knicks Nation. Thank you all for tapping in for another KFTV post game live. The New York Knicks win in 107-106 and are up 3-1 in the NBA Finals with needing one more game. One
me chills, bro.
more game.
That gave me chills.
To be champions, man. To be world champions. All right?
Man.
Shout out to everybody in here, man. Shout out to all the franchise channel members. Shout out to Knicks Nation in general. Yo, before we get to some of these calls, let's salute one of our sponsors. Shout out to Shopify, people. Let me tell you something about Shopify. Okay, if you're starting a business, if you're just needing something to create that e-commerce area for your business, no better place to go than Shopify, okay? Have you ever had one of those moments where you're just starting something and you're like, you're just like firing off all these what-if questions, like what if it doesn't work? What if nobody wants to buy it? What if I'm just wasting my time doing this thing? Look, man, we've all been there. Here at KFTV, we've been there too. And look, starting anything is just challenging in general, okay? Whether it's a podcast, a business, a brand, it can feel overwhelming extremely fast. But that's where Shopify comes in. And Shopify powers millions of businesses worldwide and 10% of all e-commerce in the United States. They make it ridiculously easy to get started with customizable templates so your store actually looks legit from day one. And what I like most is their efficiency. Shopify's built-in AI tools can help you write product descriptions, clean up your site, even improve your product image, so that way you're not stuck doing everything manually. Then on top of that, they can help you market your business with email campaigns, social media, all in one place. That way you can actually reach real customers and not just hoping that you just find somebody. Okay, and on top of that, if you have any questions, they got 20. So if you got something like you're in the middle of the night and you're just firing off questions in your head, like what if this, what if that, just go to their customer support, man. They're right there to help you. So those what if moments, like, look, they never go away, but Shopify just makes it a whole lot easier to go and power right through it. So all you need to do is go to shopify.com/KFTV. That's shopify.com/KFTV to get your $1 per month trial today. Shout out to Shopify. All right, CK, we've done enough talking, man. We'll get to key stats in a bit. Let's get to some of these callers, man. We got to hear what the people are saying, how they feel. So let's get to none other than Zack, who's out in LA. Zack, my guy, how you doing?
Yo, what's good? I'm going to put a disclaimer out there to anybody who's religious. Oh, Jesus resurrected us like Lazarus. Okay? That
Nice.
dude was unbelievable tonight. Our team came back from 29 down. Never done in NBA Finals history. Dude, what can you say about this team than the utter resilience that they show? From the brilliant play in the second half, only giving up 30 points. This is a team for the ages. Everybody out there who's doubted the Knicks, who said this game was over in the chat, that was nonsense. If you haven't watched this team all season long, then you don't know that this team is no quit Knicks. Nothing will stop us. It was unbelievable.
Unbelievable, Zack. Unbelievable. And the no quit is so on point. I just think about that clip that Eric Spoelstra said. It's like, yo, these guys just never die. And these guys just never die. Just go out there and they continue to bat. Like 29 points, man. OG and Brunson. I mean, even Cat, man. Even I know he was in foul trouble early on, but he was so instrumental too in the way that he was able to guard Wemby and just put Wemby on his heels.
I mean, let's be honest. Even that 3-point shot that he hit in the fourth quarter, which was his first
that step back
fourth
crazy.
quarter point. And that should have been a foul in itself, right?
Oh,
we all
100%.
saw it on Kelvin Johnson. Nobody, but let's all that aside, right? What the Knicks did tonight is for the ages. They proved that they have the guts, the heart, and the absolute fortitude to win a championship. They got one more to go. They gotta put this game behind them. It's 0-0, game 7. It doesn't matter at this point in time. 53 years in the making. This was unbelievable. This was unbelievable. I mean, the most incredible stat to me, though, honestly, before I go, was that, and they showed it tonight, the graphic. There's been 4 teams in NBA history to come back from 20-point deficits in the playoffs. The Knicks have done it 5 times themselves.
Crazy.
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 It's crazy. It just shows you what this team is made of. It's an exemplifying fact of why we've put our heart and souls into this 25-26 squad. This team is truly a revelation. Knicks in 26, Knicks in 5. Let's go Knicks. From Brunson to OG to Cat. No matter what, this is the no quit Knicks. Let's go.
No quit Knicks. Appreciate you for you tapping in, Zach. Appreciate you as always, my
Great
guy.
call, Zack.
Yeah,
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. OKF Nation.
Shout out to Zach, man. Rate that call in the chat, man. 5 being facts, 1 being trash. Let us know what you think about Zach's call, man. Absolutely agree. No quit Knicks, man. Let's keep this thing rolling. We got a lot of calls, so let's keep it rolling. Shout out to let's go to Knicksfix, man. Knicksfix. I want to know how my guy sounds, man. Knicksfix, where you at, bro? How you doing? How you doing?
CK Alex, what up, fellas?
What up,
You're-
man?
Yo.
How are you living right now, man? You living good?
Bro, dog, I went to Slate tonight. It was me and my girl.
Oh,
And yo, I was the only one, bro. First off, the energy in that place was electric. Like, whew. I mean, as we're coming back, I mean, I think we entered that fourth quarter down 15. And I was telling the guys behind us, like, yo, cut this lead down to 12 or 10. I wanted 10. But when we entered down 15, I was like, all right, we gotta hit threes, just all threes. And then once that lead get to 4, I'm like, oh, we in business. Bro, the lid just came off, bro, when OG tipped it in. I mean, yeah, dude, the energy. I was sitting with Mellow Mike, and bro, the camaraderie, like everybody was in there, man. Like, you know what it is, man? I think I'm gonna be honest. I was watching the Wemby Ghost coverage the entire game. So Wemby was in the blocks. He was in the blocks, both the left and the right side, and he was guarding Hart and he was guarding Cat. And eventually, the Knicks figured him out. So what they were sending was like basically like a Gortat screen, right? And they was bumping them off. If you guys watch that coverage back, watch back. Like anybody was setting a Gortat screen from Alvarado to Mitch, and that's how they avoided it. That's how they chipped away, bro. If you also watch too, man, Wemby was gassed. He was gassed. Like with 6 minutes left to go in that game, I was like, oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I mean, honestly, yo, fellas, when the game started, I was like, yo, the fix is in. Because within like a minute or two, they took out Cat, you know? He picked up 2 fouls and that was it. OG, bro. OG. Oh my God, bro. If we could just get Mikhail going in the next game, I think we got it. I mean, bro, I'm gonna be honest. Let me ask you guys something. When Josh Hart missed that dunk attempt or like the breakaway, what did you guys think?
I was like, well, to me, I was like, bro, how could you? I get it. You felt Castle on your hips, and you're like, should I dunk it? Should I lay up? And then like the angle that he took, I get all that. I was not worried. I was like, we can come back, but you gotta be perfect to close this thing out because you can't give the Spurs any opportunity because they're ready to cause a turnover and steal and go out and get to the race.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna keep it honest with you guys. Like when I saw that, it gave me shades of like Patrick Ewing missing the finger roll, Charles Smith.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I did think of that, and that did flash before my eyes. But I'm like, nah, not this team though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I closed my eyes and I was like, all right, these Nova boys got him. Like they got us back. Like I said a prayer, bro. Every time I've gone out, every time I said a prayer, game 1, game 2, game 4, we win. So we got this in the bag, bro. I feel like the Knicks come out locked in. Like they play as a team better on the road because it's just them. It's just them on the road. I feel like we closed this out, man. Like the refs did what they could to get the series going, but like it's done. It's done, fellas. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. And let's go. Shout out to Knicksfix, man. Shout out to Knicksfix. Always appreciate the call, my man. Yo, I did see that did fly. I was like, really, bro? I was like, in my head, I was like, this is like the Ewing finger roll, man. What the hell is going on here?
That is hustle hard. That's his bread and butter, man. The fast break, full. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's like you said. I was wondering what was going through his head. Like, we've seen Hart do this so many times, especially in a fast break. I get it. Castle's there, but like that never deters Josh Hart in the like. One of my favorite Josh Hart plays are when we get like the other team scores, we inbound to Hart, and Hart literally just beelines or off of a rebound and beelines and dunks when the defense isn't prepared. So this is literally the perfect table setting for that. And then he's still barely. Oh man, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Bro, and you know what's crazy too is like at that moment, if he had dunked it or just got the layup. I mean, if he dunked it though,
brother,
the lid would have popped off of MSG. That I don't think New York would have the city would not have existed in its
That's probably
itself.
what it is.
Yeah.
Got it. You're saying he saved the city. You're right. Okay.
Fair. He did, man. And this is why also at the same time I'm saying if you're thinking, man, look, I said Knicks in 5 to start this series. I agree with Knicksfix in the fact that I think this team plays better on the road. Not saying they're bad at home. I think they play better on the road for what Knicksfix said is that it's just them. They don't have to worry about anything. They don't have to worry about the pageantry, anything else. They can just truly focus on basketball. And if we think about it, how they close out games, they've had home court advantage every single round, and they've closed out on the road.
Yeah.
They've closed out on the road. So like, except for was it Hawks? Did they close out?
No,
they closed out that one at home, right?
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, Atlanta. Yeah, you're right. We did.
We closed that one out at home. But like Phil, Cleveland, and you think about even series in the past, close out on the road. They're very comfortable going on the road.
Yeah.
So,
because the pressure's on San Antonio.
Oh, they're going to feel a lot of pressure, man. They're going to that game. You know that the arena is going to be tense, not only for them, but for the fans, because now you're down 3-1. It's a must-win game. If the Knicks show any semblance of like life as they did in game 1, where they're coming out and the offense is just clicking, they're going to be on the heels and just working. If it stays within the balance, it's not going to be easy to get that energy and charge them up like Madison Square Garden did tonight, man. You know the Spurs were hearing that noise as the Knicks were making that comeback. And the people, I appreciate tonight, unlike game 3, where even when the Knicks were down, they were screaming defense chants. They were cheering on the team, man. They were getting activated, which is what you needed. That's what you need, man. That is what home court advantage is. Got to keep the team engaged, involved, and believe, man. That certainly helped tonight. Let's keep the show going, man. Let's get to King Matthews. King Matthews is on the line.
Yo, how y'all feeling tonight?
Oh, feeling great, man. Popping champagne at this point. If it wasn't a Wednesday night, I'd be popping champagne right now.
Tell me about it. But if it was at that bar right now, Tony would have been going crazy right now. But man, I'm just speechless, man. What a comeback. What a comeback, man. When it was only down 15, I just knew they ain't gonna go out like that, man. They ain't not going out like this, bro. In NBA history, the Knicks did this 5 times. I just love this squad, man. I love this squad. Shout out to the whole team, man. Man, like OG Anunoby, bro. Give him the keys, man. Give him the keys. He could have the kids, whatever. He is that guy. Sunni Lee, give my boy a chance. He's that guy. Don't leave him on red, my girl. Come on. Brunson, you did your thing. Cat, even though he had 4 fouls, man, it's all right, man. It's a whole team effort, man. And when Josh Hart missed that, man, I just felt like he let the ref come to him, man. Come play through the game. Don't listen to the ref. Play through the game, man. That's how you'll come back.
Facts.
And before I go, look out for Deuce McBride because even though he had a bad game, when we try to close out, he be going crazy. Don't forget in that Philly series, he hit 7-3. So look out for Deuce McBride going crazy in Game 5.
Good talk.
Like there's some people say you want no, we need to close the series now. Close the series now. Oh, we want to win at home. No, we're already 3-1. Get it over with, man. Because now Spurs are done. Even though they're home, they're done, man. Blowing a 29-point lead, just like that. Becky Hammond, all them haters, yeah, it's our time. It's our time. Get them champagne ready. Everyone jump out the window. I already did, but my back is already hurting, man. I ain't doing that again. But hey, Knicks in 5, baby. Wemby ain't that cool. But let me just say this. Victor Wembanyama, Barack Obama. You know what? Let me stop, man. I'm going too crazy. Y'all take it easy, gentlemen.
Appreciate you, King Matthews. Appreciate you for tapping in. Yo, I here's the other thing though. This will be the epic portion if Knicks get it done in Game 5 in San Antonio, and I believe that they will. You know whose numbers hanging in the rafter? There's a certain
specifically. Oh, I have an answer, but I don't think that's who you're saying. You talking about number Gershon Yabusele?
No, I'm not talking about Yabusele. I'm talking about Becky Hammond, bro.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking because in San Antonio her number's up there. Yeah. I hope, man, if I know he's not petty enough, but oh man, I would love for Brunson to have a picture of just him with the trophy and then pointing up. Come on,
yes,
man.
Please. Please.
Oh my God. Somebody on his team, man. Just,
Please. For the love of God. For the love of God, do that. I am so petty. That talking point was so dumb and so nonsensical. Good Lord.
And she doubled down on it, which is the craziest part to me. Insane, bro. Insane.
Oh man, no, it's no humility, but hey, man, is what it is. Is what it is. Let's keep this thing rolling, man. Let's take one more call before we get to key stats tonight, and then we'll get back to more calls. Let's get to Will from LI. Will, I know this man was at the watch party. I know this man's lit.
Oh yeah, let's go.
No. Yo, what up, CK? What up, Alex? How you guys doing, man?
Good, man. How are you doing? How are you feeling tonight?
Hey, I'm feeling amazing. First off, I was not at the watch party. Trust me, if I was anywhere in New York City, in the circumference of the city, you know I would have been at Slate going crazy with my fellow Knicks brethren. But no, I made the biggest mistake of my life about 8 months ago in planning my trip.
Oh, that's
I
right.
planned my trip. We're in the NBA Finals, bro. Listen, over here it's 1:30 p.m. Okay, so I was locked in. I've scheduled my whole itinerary around the Knicks game. I haven't missed not 1 second. I was there when we were down 29 points. I was bumming out. I was sad as hell. My girl's trying to cheer me up. She's trying to get you wants the team. Like, I don't want no damn team. We down 29 points. We better lose. And then just the refs over here just not calling obvious goaltendings and all this other stuff. Everything against us, bro. But you know when I knew that it changed is every time we got it back down to 15. Usually when Wembanyama would have sat out for the rest of the third, the coach of the Spurs called him in to bring him back into the game because he knew that we were on that run. At that point, I knew, he's gonna get gassed. He's gonna get gassed because the one thing about Wemby, he is a phenomenon. But a guy that tall, he does not have the stamina to keep going the same way that we do, bro. And it's just insane, man. Just going from everybody, the captain, my captain, never got discouraged. Kept on going, bro. Not all the haters talking didn't matter. Jalen Brunson came in with the clutch. Jose, my guy Jose Alvarado, bro. Yo, that 2-man lineup for Game 5. I need to see more of that 2-guard lineup. It's a little bit what we had with Tyler Kolek, just having another guard to release that pressure off of Jalen Brunson when they start to blitz him. Have him run that lineup, bro. And you guys know what I've been saying about Mike Brown. You guys know the crash out that I had with Tom Tibbs, okay? This is why you get Mike Brown, bro. He went 12 deep. He didn't care about none of that. We saw Sohan, we saw Huckporty, Huckamania, and yeah, they didn't give much, but the little that they did give was pivotal. And so now we are here. We are 3-1, New York City. Let your Tim's tongues hang, okay? Just be insufferable tomorrow. Be insufferable. I know the city gonna go crazy. I don't care, okay? I don't care. And from Will from my live from Bali, shout out to the Knicks. Hold on. Obama, Wembenyama, baby mama, it don't matter. Knicks in 5. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Have a good night, man.
Appreciate you, Will. Will is in Bali, he said. He is tapping in 1 p.m. over there. My man's traveling, still locked in. He's you can hear it though. You can hear it. He's hyped, but you can hear he's like, damn, man, I'm not in New York for this energy right now, man. What's going on? Don't worry, Will. Don't worry. We're gonna hold you down, man. We're gonna hold you down. This team, man. This team is 29-point comeback.
Man. Not real, bro.
Oh my God. All right, man. Let's get to some key stats and then before we get back to some more calls and some super chats.
Sure.
Oh man. All right, people. Let's do these key stats and I brought to you by Prize Picks, as you already know. All right. So as we all know, the Knicks won this one 107-106. But when diving a little bit deeper into the numbers, Knicks didn't win the rebounding battle. They lost that one 42-39. They would lose the assist battle 24-23. They would lose the steal battle 10-6. Tie in the block battle 4-4. Lose the turnover battle 13-11. This is where things started to change for them. The shooting battle is what they won because they shot 46% from the field to the Spurs 42%. They shot 47% from downtown to the Spurs 40%. Could have been better from the free throw line. Some guys were missing their free throw shots tonight. Knicks shot 71% from the charity stripe while the Spurs shot 85%. But then when you get down to the hustle stats, these are the categories that the Knicks would win. They won the fast break points 13-12. They won the second chance opportunity battle 14-10. And then they would also win the points in the paint battle 34-28. So the Knicks were making sure that they were getting out and doing everything possible by winning the 50-50 balls, getting out in transition, scoring, getting the steals. They were doing everything that was necessary. And the other area that they is the points off the total turnover. So as I mentioned, the Spurs had 12 and the Knicks had 15, actually. The Knicks had 15 turnovers. But when it's... Oh, actually, Knicks did not win this. What am I saying, man? Knicks conceded 24 points off of turnovers, and the Spurs conceded 11. Knicks damn near lost every category except the hustle and shootings from the field and from downtown to win. But
yeah,
gutsy win by New York, man. Gutsy win by New York. CK, what was your key stat or key stats of the night?
I just have the one.
Is it a petty stat?
It's petty, but it's my stat because it's all I care about. My key stat of the night is the differential in the team's biggest lead of the game. The Spurs had a 29-point lead. The Knicks had one. If you were to ask which team won the game, not watching this game at all, would you have picked the New York Knicks? I don't know. Unless you're a smart man, maybe you would have. But I don't know. Just seeing that stat, the largest lead they had, it was 29, and we just had a one. That was we couldn't get past the 1-point lead, and we won the game. That is our team in a nutshell. It's all we need. It's all we need. So I'm sorry. That is my key stat of the night. I love that so much. I love that. I love it.
Bro, what's hilarious is that if you're looking at the graph, and thanks, Gamble, for showing the graph on the screen. Just look at it. People, just look at the graph. Look at the dominance in scoring by the Spurs for most of it. And then they get the blip right at the end. The Spurs take it back, but then you can't even see the end blip because it's just too tiny.
Yeah.
That, man. My key stat of the night, honestly, it comes down to the 3-point shooting for me because it was that's going to be the make or break for this Knicks team, man. And
for sure,
look, when the Knicks were able to finally be composed and be decisive when they were getting downhill, notice how the three-point shooting started to come along, and that's why they were able to shoot 40%. That's why they're able to get back in this game. I mean, yes, you had some clutch shot making from Towns, from Brunson, from OG, guys who would put up threes, even Jose Alvarado, like I mentioned earlier. But notice that when you see a lot of these threes that were made, it was actually what Mike Brown wants, which is guys getting their paint touches, getting the reversal, and making sure that you're getting clean looks so that way, uncontested, with a higher chance, higher percentage of it actually being drilled. So I thought the Knicks did a great job of that tonight from three, considering that they've been struggling doing that in the previous games against the Spurs, because you got Wemby in the paint, you got the perimeter guard, you got the guards who are guarding the perimeter so well. It's just been a slugfest for these Knicks to get downhill, and that's been their bread and butter. But I'm going to point out the three-point shooting tonight, because if they can replicate that, right? If they can replicate that in Game 5, it's going to be. It's going to be. We're going to be very happy. That's all I'll say, man. We'll just be very happy after Game 5. But that is our key stats of the night, brought to you none other than Prize Picks. And people, let me tell you something about Prize Picks, okay? It's fun. It's simple. If you know a lot about sports and you want to put it to the test, why not download the Prize Picks app and go show your sports knowledge and try to earn some cash, okay? So look, when you download the Prize Picks app, cool thing is that you get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. And that's right. You get $50 instantly when you play that first $5 lineup. And it's easy to play when you're creating a lineup. All you got to do is just choose 2 to 6 players, and it doesn't have to be in just one single sport. So you don't got to choose 2 to 6 players all from the NBA. You can mix and match across all sports. It could be basketball, football, hockey, baseball. You know, they got soccer, whatever it may be. So you can choose 2 to 6 players across any sport, and all you have to do is just choose more or less on the stat projection. That's right, more or less. Will the player score more than X amount of points? Will they get less than X amount of rebounds? That's all you got to do. That's all you have to do. It's just that simple to play. And look, it could be a combination of all those stats as well. You know, they got points, rebounds, could be points, rebounds, assists. Any of those combinations could be how many threes a player makes. But imagine that through all sports, as I'm saying. And now look, cool thing about this now is that Prize Picks wasn't in New York. They're now back in New York, but they're now available in all 50 states. And the other thing that is clutch about Prize Picks right now is that they got early payouts. So if your player gets off to a hot start, you can lock in your winnings before the game even ends, which is awesome. So all you got to do is download the Prize Picks app today and use that promo code KFTV to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's right. Just download the app today. Use that promo code KFTV to get $50 in your lineups after you play your first $5 lineups. That's simple. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All right. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Knicks Nation. Shout out to all the franchise channel members. Appreciate everybody tapping in. All right. We should be getting the captain of KFTV soon. So just hang tight, people. Hang tight. Yo. Oh, you're here right now.
I am here. But I don't know where I'm at. I am, to be completely honest with you guys, man. I'm here, but I'm not here, if that makes sense. You understand?
I understand.
You guys understand? You guys understand?
I understand. Speechless. The man's speechless, people.
Salute to Knicks Nation. Let me protocol. Salute to Knicks Nation. Salute to the chat. Salute to the franchise channel members, the replay gang. Salute to Team KFTV. Salute to New York. Salute to everybody who was in the building tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you. I was in the garden. You know when you know when those people say like they were in the place and like because of a catastrophic or crazy event they don't know what happened and they woke up. Yep. That's how I felt tonight. I kid you not. Because I came in there expecting a ferocious fight from the Knicks, and it was more carryover from Game 3. Mm-hmm. Foul trouble. You know, cat out. The Spurs just killing it from all cylinders. The defense, impenetrable. Offensively, lights out. They went into the half 60, 100 or some craziness like that. So I'm saying, oh my goodness. I told the wife, I said, listen, this is probably 2-2. Okay, it's not over. This is another wake-up call. And give credit. I got to give a lot of credit to my wife because when we go to Knicks games, we're like the yin and the yang. She's ever the optimist. And when things go south, I'm like, it's over with. Forget about
that PTSD. Hits hard for you, doesn't it?
Crazy. Shout out to Knicks chick, man.
Alex, Alex, okay? The PTSD, I'm triggered. I'm a scorned fan. And I'm saying, I said to myself, let's get out of the Garden. Let's go to San Antonio. This is too big. The stage is too much. The lights are too bright. It's too much pressure on these guys. Let's just go back to San Antonio, and they'll figure it out from there. Right? I didn't say that the finals was over. I just said I think maybe because bro, the first sign when Cap picked up that first personal, and then when they showed the replay. And I told my wife, I said, I think they might get him for the hook. I hope they don't call him for 2 quick fouls, but replay shows you everything. I said they could get him for the hook. They got him for the hook. And from there on, the Garden was just sensitive to everything. They were pissed off. And the players were reacting to it. I said, they folded. They folded to the adversity. And so, going into the half, I'm like, all right, we'll see you in San Antonio. And we'll figure it out from there. And she said, hang on, we're not done yet. Third quarter, she's like, just let them cut it to 10, and we're okay. And they couldn't. They clawed, and the Garden was going crazy, and then Jalen makes some, crazy mistakes, and then it's back up to 15 into the fourth. So I'm like, here we go with the fake comeback. And from there, I can't give you any analysis from there. I swear to you, I cannot give you any analysis from that point.
CP was a passenger in that moment.
I was a passenger. All I can tell you is this. The dog. That was the only thing I saw, was that OG has consistently been delivering for this team. You could say 1 and 2 was Carl, but 3 and 4, and maybe even 1 and 2. The dog has not let his team down. And so by the time we're clawing, and we get down to the nitty-gritty, and it's up to Cap, and Jalen takes his half-court heave, and everybody, you watch the video on IG, me and my wife were like, what? Why? And then all of a sudden, I see his hand just glide in. I said, oh my God, the dog did it again. I just said, OG. And at that point, it got emotional for me. The Garden was going crazy. And, they got to stop at the end. I just got emotional, man. Came this close to crying. The Garden's going crazy. Everybody's rushing the court. The whole team rushes the court. It was like pandemonium all over the court. The court is packed with people. The team, the media, it was crazy in there. And everybody's just hugging in the Garden. Bro, like I said, I can't tell you what I saw in the fourth. I can't give you any type of analysis because I was so pissed off and I had cast them off. I said, forget about it. OG, man. What a performance by the dog. And I don't know if that last shot by Jalen was by design to say, hey, I'm going to take a shot. If I miss it, great. If I don't, everybody crash. Right? Was that the play by Mike Brown? Jalen, you shoot, everybody crash.
Bro, I don't know if you, because when you watch that replay again of OG and CK and I were just breaking it down, you have to keep in mind, OG checked that ball in. He inbounded the ball. Yes, he gets it to Brunson. Brunson puts up the shot, and right before he puts up the shot, OG puts up the hand yo, I'm wide open. You're double teamed. And then after he sees Brunson takes the shot, he just dives.
He had a
And
runway.
then this man levitates.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Literal.
Bro.
Levitate.
And then
Levitate.
CP, I don't know if you've seen the replays yet,
Yeah.
but Harper had the same face as he saw Wemby throw the elbow to Naz Reid's neck. He was like you could just see the emotion, like, damn, really? Like we lost? Like you just see all spirits thrown into the shadow realm. They lost all confidence.
It was such and that's why I almost cried, man, because it was such a wild swing of emotion, fellas.
Yeah.
You understand? Where it's like on one end, you're like, oh man, like we're blowing this opportunity, because I really felt like they were letting the adversity buckle them.
Yeah.
And at the same time, CK and Alex, the Spurs defense was ferocious. Offensively, they couldn't miss.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, bro, like this is impossible task. This is not the regular season, and the Knicks were playing it that way. And you know what? Give credit. At halftime, we go into the Delta Club, and I run into BD Baron Davis. Shout out to our guy. And we were talking. I was like, yo, BD, what are you seeing out there, man? And he was like, yo, listen, they can't go this hot for the whole game, basically, is what he was saying. And he was like, even when going into the half, he's like, they started missing some shots. So, but he felt like, everything was infectious. The bad offense, no ball movement, as well as the bad defense. But here's where the ball movement part played a key factor. And I got to give my guy Schwinney from the Strickland a ton of credit, because this was his thought. And when I thought about it, I said, that's a good one. I thought about this over the last 2 days of the break. He said we should see, he wanted to see more Brunson and Jose minutes together.
Mm-hmm.
Because we needed the ball handling against a tough Spurs defense. Deuce, this is not Deuce's series. Mike Brown is trying out Clarkson. Look, Clarkson, he's going to give you fight. He's going to give you heart. But if you leave him in for too long, he's going to make too many mistakes. He finally settles in for Alvarado in place of McCall, who again didn't have it. And Alvarado delivered. So when the Spurs were putting two on the ball and Brunson got the ball out of his hands, Jose gave us that extra point guard on the court like Kolik did in the NBA Cup, right? That extra ball handling, the extra playmaking, we needed that desperately against a good San Antonio defense. Jose, once again, I thought was on the money, and that's why Brown closed with him. And he was super important in this game. Jose was major in this one and came up with a big bucket in the fourth quarter as well. I thought that was super key in this comeback, man, was having the extra ball handling out there with Alvarado. 1,000%.
Alvarado was our role player of the game, man, and rightfully so for what you mentioned. We talked about it like, because the Spurs defense has just been stifling. As soon as you cross half court, they're just stopping. They're throwing two at Brunson. They're trying to get the ball out of his hand. But with Alvarado out there, as we discussed, it's like, you got somebody else that can now go create. And the good thing, too, is that because here's the thing, man. We saw when Alvarado got here, sometimes he's just dribbling and there's no plan with what he was doing. He was just out there dribbling, right? Tonight, he had a plan on what he was going to do and what he wanted to do with the basketball. I mean, between knocking down the three, the okey doke that he got after Wemby just left the paint and he saw an easy layup opportunity, Jose was just so instrumental, man. And I thought he competed well defensively. I mean, here's something that you would never see, and this is something you would never see under Tom Thibodeau. Two small guards at the 1 and 2. We had two 6'2" and under. And Mike Brown says, I don't really care. I just need somebody out there who's going to help Brunson so he can be off ball so he's not hounded every single possession. Somebody that can keep a dribble alive. And he says, I believe in Alvarado enough that he will compete on the defensive end. Doesn't matter if it's Castle. Doesn't matter if it's Harper. He's at least going to throw his body at them and compete. And he did that.
like I said, I don't know how they got
Wait.
there. Yeah.
I need to know, CP. When you saw Hart miss that layup, what was?
You want to know what was going through my head? Ask me.
Yeah. What were you thinking?
I was thinking Charles Smith. I was.
Oh
thinking
wow, you went Charles Smith. You didn't even go Patrick. You went
Oh,
Charles Smith.
I did go. I both of those, right?
but that's a good pull
PTSD.
too. Yeah.
Both
Yeah,
of
yeah,
those trigger,
Yeah.
and I just said, "Oh my god,"
Yeah.
because you're like, dunk the ball, bro, dunk the ball,
Right.
dunk the ball,
Right.
and that it was just those things. It's like, yo, we're right there. You have to be perfect to execute this comeback, and yet they weren't, and they still got it, and they still got
Thanks
it.
to OG. Because the block.
Bro.
The block.
I have to watch this game over again. Like I said, the whole fourth quarter was a blur because it went from like 0 to 60. But again, I give credit to the wife. She kept whispering. She said, "They're gonna do it. It's coming. They're gonna do it." And I was like, And then before you know it, I'm out. Rally towels out. I'm like, yo, let's go, let's go. And then when Cap took the 40-footer, I'm like, Cap, what are you? Because I did not think he had a good game. I didn't like his decision making tonight. He had a turnover in the midst of that. He threw the ball into double coverage in the midst of that comeback.
Yeah, that was the one play I didn't like. But
it
even
was
in that
hard.
second half, you weren't impressed at all.
That second half, he was very surgical, man.
Listen, he hit a ton of big buckets. But between the turnover and that shot at the end, I'm like, bro, Cap, like,
Yeah,
come
those
on,
two
man.
were the.
That was
yeah,
we don't need that shot. But and again, I'm thinking like, was that to say, okay, let me just take this shot, maybe I make it, and then maybe we get an offensive rebound to get another shot at this? Because if you look at the video, and shout out to KFTV Myra, she puts it up. Me and the wife are like, why are you shooting that over Wemby? It was like a 40-foot shot over Wemby.
To be fair on that final shot,
yeah,
the Spurs are pretty tough to go crack to get an easy, clean look on your first go. This is not like the Cavs. This is not like the Sixers. So got to be a little bit more creative. And like, I think at that point you're settling, but you're getting, at least it's not a turnover. You know what I mean? At least he had an opportunity to put up a shot. I get that one. I get not liking it. I thought the turnover was just very tough because you're talking about needing a damn near perfect
terrible
game.
time.
I was like, really, bro? I was like, yo, you're trying to get to Shama and you're going over the top. That's crazy.
I don't know what he thought.
Yeah, I was like, you can't go over the top of that situation. But like, I thought he had a really good second half. He shot.
He
shot
led the
like
comeback,
over
100%. Don't get me wrong. He led the comeback. No question about it. He did.
We had co-players of the game, CP.
Yeah.
You'd probably be, not sure if you'd be given the stamp of approval on that, but we had two.
Listen, you can't go wrong with it. Did we get the $200 super chat?
No.
Oh my goodness! Hang on, man. Hang on. Hang on. Let's get to protocol here, ladies and gentlemen. We had a $200 super chat in there. Who?
Lock-in.
I can't see it. Hang on one second, man.
I got you.
Whoa!
You see it, Al? Go ahead.
I see it. Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Yeah,
we got a couple. We got a couple in here. Hold on, CP. First and foremost.
Go ahead.
Shout out to our guy Jason Woke, man, with the $200 super chat.
Shout out to Jay. He was in the building.
He threw in a $200 super chat saying the most incredible game ever. I'll never forget this core memory. The arena was insane. I can't believe I witnessed it. I see you in San Antonio to close out.
Yeah. When we were first of all, the walkout was crazy, even in the midst of all the heightened security and all of that. It's tough to deal with. But with the victory, everybody's in it together. So you're still celebrating, but everybody had to kind of funnel out of there. But I think this surpasses every moment that shook the Garden, from the LJ 4-point play to the Devo play. This is the best moment in the Garden. This is the best moment in the Garden. 1,000%, with no holes barred. No doubts about it. This was the best moment because of how much adversity they had faced and how the Spurs were just killing it on both ends of the floor. and then they just mount this comeback. And even with a huge shot, they're down by 1. They're losing at that point. And OG just comes flying in. And then they get to stop at the end. It was just crazy, man. It's hard to explain, man. But Jason woke. He said it. It was the best play. It was the best play. It was the best play.
Bro,
probably in Knicks history, man.
not only in Knicks history, it's like CK said it earlier. It's going to be replayed like on the NBA channel for like this type of CP. This goes with like one of the top 3 plays in like NBA history. Like, you think about that LeBron block, it's right up there with that.
Yeah, it's right up there. It's is,
right
man. It is. No question. Like I said, I don't know what I just saw. I still don't know. I still do not know, man.
Yo, get the Mike Breen bang ready because we got a $300 super chat.
Whoa!
We got a $300 super chat from Sonny Doggy. Doggy.
I figured, Son Doggy, salute.
Said, can't believe this team 1 win away. Yeah, man. Let's see. We do get, hold on. Who's this one? Yo, we got another $100 super chat, man.
Yeah.
We got one from Jet Wife. He said, greatest comeback ever. Knicks in 1.
Knicks in 1. Salute to Jet Life. Did we get the $100 super chat from Coquito?
Yes, we did.
Okay. You know where that's from? Argentina.
Yeah. We're bringing that down real time. Here we go. We got another $100 super chat CP from Hard Jeezy.
Hard Jeezy.
He says, we have been with this team ride or die for decades, no matter the circumstances. We all resonate with the spirit of New York City and this team because we have been through tough times. This team represents our resilience and hope. A huge thanks to you, KFTV, for everything you do.
Yeah. To see them come back from this with the officiating. And look, I like I said, I thought with the town situation, it's tough because every play in basketball is bang bang. Everybody's looking for leverage somehow, some way.
Yep.
You're not gonna get off clean. Back in the day, Karl Malone on the Stockton and Malone pick and rolls, he used to step on people's shoes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's doing a little bit extra to hide from the ref to gain the advantage. Same way with the Jalen thing, with the Wemby thing. Like, okay, Wemby was way out of hand, but Jalen was also tugging on his jersey. So with the Town situation now, he's hooking Wemby in the typical Town hook fashion.
Actually, I don't know about that, bro. Honestly.
Bro, when I saw it on the replay, I told the wife, I said, they could call him on the hook. That's what I said. I said they can call him on that. And they got him. But that's the thing. That replay shows everything. Where it's like, okay, in fast motion, you see the block. I thought it was a clean block. So it's at the end of the day, it's like, is it a clean block or is it the foul on Towns? It was one or the other. They called it foul on Towns. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. I think if you watch that back, because when I watch that thing back, and when you really slow it down, Towns doesn't even hook him. He doesn't bring the arm down at all. Wemby was already reaching, and he left his hand in there. Like, Towns actually gave him gap. There was a lot of gap where Wemby could have brought. Wemby just left it there, man. He could have pulled his arm out.
No, he knew what he was doing.
The only reason I didn't think is I was like, damn, that'll be 2 quick ones on Towns with everything that happened. I don't know if Zach Zarba's going to call it. He did.
And that's why I didn't believe it was going to happen. For that reason, I was like, nah.
Right. I didn't believe it. I was like, they won't call this. But I said, he's got his hand in it. He hooked his hand. But the Knicks were just, battling uphill ever since. And then, give credit. I thought Vassell had an outstanding game.
He could have missed from downtown.
He could have missed. But I thought the Knicks defense was horrible. I thought it was regular season like.
In the first half.
Yeah, in the first half. And I also felt like they because I love the crowd. And, the Knicks emotions. That's why I was like, yo, let's just go back to San Antonio, because I felt like between the crowd emotions, the Knicks emotions, they just couldn't fight that adversity. And on top of that, San Antonio was just hitting every shot they took. So I said, damn, this is just a toxic combination here. Let's close it. to respectable numbers by the half. But what were they down by at the half? 25?
29.
29.
Oh, no, it was
yeah,
25. Yeah, no, it was like 27, actually. It was 27.
Right. So at that point, I said,
A lot.
damn. I said, damn, all right, we'll go to San Antonio 2-2. It is what it is. It ain't over by any stretch. It's just some more adversity that they put in their plate. I had Knicks in 6 anyway, but they wouldn't die. They would not die.
Team's
OG.
different, man. This
It's
team is different, man.
It's different. It's different.
Different, man.
Give credit to those guys for not fighting. Who else? Who do we got on the calls, Al, that we didn't hear from yet?
Hello.
Oh, we got a lot. So
All right,
let's get to Why Me, man. Why me? What's happening?
Why me? 4,000 on the chat. Why me? Let's go.
Up through the window, baby. I hope you showed up through the window. Bring that
I'm
CD
out,
player back. CP. Is it confirmed? Did you jump through? Did you jump through the window yet?
Oh, tonight? Yeah.
Can I get my bro man? Can I get my bro man?
I was going from game 2. I was going from game 2. I was going from game 2. Yeah.
This game was ugly all the way through, but as you like to say, it wasn't pretty, but it was the grittiest.
Mhm.
Oh, Google with your mama, everybody.
Mhm.
Listen, OG, he brought us home tonight. And Jalen Brunson, I like that play. I like that play at the end because we really had no other options. We always gonna live or die with Brunson. He put up a good shot. It was soft on the front rim. OG came and got it, man. Nobody else was paying attention. They left him open.
Yeah.
They ain't even guard him on the inbound.
That's like what the Spurs just did the play before that, right?
Yeah. They ain't even guard him on the inbound. So that was what they wanted. They wanted to focus on Brunson. They left one of our most dangerous players open. Yeah, I was mad that Josh Hart smoked that layup, but we still had time. Yeah, everybody was patient, man. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. Joy, I'm glad y'all was there to see it, man, for real. Salute, man. I don't really got nothing to say, man, because I felt like I was gonna call and sounded like a broken record about how we started all that, and but whatever, man. We got one more to do.
But to be honest, it's not a broken record, man. Like, this is the 4th game where they're down double digits in the first quarter.
In the terrible first quarter,
San Antonio, smack them in the mouth, man. Like, this should hopefully demoralize the Spurs. They're a young team, though. They're a young team, and they're fearless with Wemby behind them. Don't keep relying on this.
Exactly.
Fight, start early, man. Obviously, the Towns thing put him in a tough spot, but I had faith in Mitchie. Then you got to bring in Huck, but either way, man, I didn't like the Knicks' defense in responding.
Yeah, Alvarado showed up, man. He didn't survive tonight either. He showed up. He wasn't surviving out there. He was getting below the 3-point line. He wasn't burying himself in the corner or like at the wing. He got below the foul line. Even that pass he made to OG. Oh man, it was a perfect bounce pass. It gave OG enough, to get into his shot and get it over. For 4 games, we've been calibrating how to shoot over Wemby. I think it's finally. And stop letting Vassell shoot. Oh my God. All right.
Right. They left him wide open, but that's why I say I'd like to see. Look, they like to put OG on the weak side to help and to get deflections and steals. I don't know, man, fellas. Like, I haven't gotten this matchup yet that I wanted prior to this series, and that is OG on Castle. I want to see an OG on Castle. Al, you say no. Go ahead.
Castle doesn't want that.
I think I'm fine with him not being on Castle. I like what OG can just kind of rough up Fox, and I think you just want him roaming. I think you want him as the guy who can just roam and just help with Wemby at all times. I get the idea of wanting to stop Castle, but when I also watch Castle and like what he's done throughout this entire postseason, he's all erratic too. I mean, the guy plays with a lot of force, but it's not. He's still young and he's not fully controlled. So I'd rather utilize my resources to try and help whoever is guarding Wemby and trying to be on the offside and just try to generate steals and get blocks and turnovers rather than just forcing it and just on Castle. I think Hart has done a decent enough job on Castle. Not great, but he's done a decent enough job where he's just being physical with him and forcing him to into tough shots.
I agree.
CK, what do you
I
think? 13 points
Yeah,
for
no,
Cats tonight. Wasn't as great as the game 3. But what do you think?
Yeah, I feel like he's had more whole hum games than game 3. I'm with Alex. I'm completely fine. I think Hart's done a solid job on him throughout this series in general. And Bridges was on Fox, and Bridges had Fox in prison in game 1, 2, and even 3. If you want to talk about that, I like OG being that second option to Wembanyama. So when he gets those switches more times than not, we're seeing OG on him rather than when we get like Brunson or something like that on him. I don't think it's necessary for us to have to throw OG at Castle, because I don't think Castle's having that kind of a series. So I co-sign with Alex on the way we've been guarding so far. I think it's fine. Just
And
stop
if you
letting
think
Champagny and what's his name get those threes. Champagny and Vassell. But other than that, yeah, we're good. I don't think.
And if
we have to worry about
if you think about it, guys, like
Castle,
if you have OG on Fox, if you think about the Wemby Fox pick and roll, he's right there. Like Fox is your best playmaker. So if you're gonna try the pick and roll, if you're gonna go for like what is it, Cat versus Fox, who I think has also done a good job defending Fox, you get OG on Wemby. So it's not really like the biggest mismatch or biggest advantage in the Spurs' favor. So that's why I'm also okay with it.
yeah, they've gone back and forth with that matchup with Bridges and OG, between Fox and Vassell. They've gone back and forth with the two of them, and I think that's the best case scenario. So I'm cool with what we've been doing.
KFTV post game live 2 a.m. edition. Knicks get the win, man. 3 up, 1 down in the NBA Finals. Knicks Nation, how we feeling? Call us up in the KFTV Discord. We got almost 4,000 people in here. I still can't believe what I saw tonight at the Garden, but I'm just happy. I'm happy for the team. I'm happy for OG, for all these guys, the entire team. And I'm just happy for Knicks Nation overall, man. Wherever you guys were at watching this game, whether you were at home, whether you were at the Garden, whether you were at the watch party, I left there thinking about like where, how is everybody feeling? Is everybody else feeling like this right now? Like, oh my God, it's crazy, because we all go through it together, even though we might not be watching it all in one place. Everybody's at home or the watch party or wherever it is that they're watching, experiencing this. And like I said, to me, I still can't believe it. I got to watch this thing again tomorrow morning. Tomorrow for the debrief, we will have Langston Galloway will join the show.
Fire.
Langston's coming through, joining myself and Justin Morelli on the debrief. So we will do that.
So,
but just an unbelievable time, man, at the Garden. Just an unbelievable time. The security wasn't crazy today.
That's good.
It was different. We took a different path to get to the Garden, but they had everybody basically like funnel in through one entrance on like 33rd and 6th. So still on the 6th Ave side, still on the Herald Square side. They had everybody go through this one like checkpoint and then walk down the Garden, 33rd. Just walk to the Garden, and then you basically walk in like you normally would. And then once we walked in, we got it. We took the subway. We got to the Garden around 7:30. Hit the Delta Club. We was in the Delta Club by like 8. It took us like a half hour, maybe 45 minutes to do everything. It wasn't bad at all. It's weird, but it wasn't bad at all. Coming out, they're funneling everybody as well. You have the war words between Dolan and the mayor and the commissioner and all of that. Look, I think I don't know. There's 3 sides to the story, right? Their side, and the truth. I think the city's trying to figure out how to best control the area should the Knicks win. Because it's if they do win, if and when they do win, it's gonna get crazy, bro.
Oh, you know
what
that.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gonna get crazy and out of control. So I don't know. I'm not taking sides in any of this. I'm just with the team. I just want to see the team win. I want to see the team hold the trophy up. So,
amen.
Not gonna lie, they're probably hoping that they do this in 5, not at Madison Square Garden, because it'll be just.
It won't matter. It won't matter. The city.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that the city's not going to not get hype. I'm saying like think about it. You have like everyone already at MSG, then they're exiting, and then you get people. It's just like the added amount. That's all I'm thinking about. The city's going to be hyped either way, for sure, and rightfully so.
Yeah. So, on one hand, like, yeah, it sucks to have to go through with extra security measures and all of that. But on the other hand, I can kind of understand it, bro. Like, it's just, it's New York, man. Like, we hype.
Yeah.
It's hype right now, even in the controlled situation. Yeah, everybody was, high-fiving and going live. So I'm going through the whole process. Like, I can understand why it is what it is right now. So we'll see, man. But to me, like I said, my energy's with the team, and just being proud of them, proud of the fight, proud of the effort, and proud to see them get this win. They deserve it all. And hopefully they can close it out in San Antonio. Hopefully they can close it out there.
Oh, man. I want them to go after them. Go after them. Get the dub on Saturday, man.
Finish it on Saturday. I think we missed a super chat out. Another $100 super chat. Did you miss it, Alex? I got it. Another one. Here we go. Bang, bang, bang. Here it is. Nija Sylvester, 675.66 $100 super chat says, my papa's pacemaker was overworked tonight, but he remained so calm. Let's close this in San Antonio on Saturday. Let's go. Both teams will have 2 days off and get back to the fight there, man.
Come on, man. Wrap this up.
Wrap this up. Let's take another call, and then Al, you did key stats of the night, right?
Yeah, we did key stats and got through Shopify. Don't forget about Car Gurus.
Yes. We're gonna do that next. Let's get to STG Nick on the Discord. STG, go ahead. Garden report.
Oh my gosh. I would probably say that is probably the greatest Garden moment we've had. Mm-hmm. It's definitely up there. I mean, just everything from, being down. Was it 27 or 29? I know halftime it was 27, but did it get to 29?
I think it did, man. I was so disgusted I couldn't even count the numbers by that point. I was done.
Where I was, people next to me, they were law firm owned the seats, and one of the guys left at halftime, and I was like,
Whoa, he left at halftime, bro.
It was ridiculous, and I was literally saying to him, I was kind of on the optimistic side. I literally said, if we can get this down to 15 at the end of the third, I think we got a chance, and they got it exactly to 15. It was 90-75, and then I have to say though, the Spurs kept answering. I thought they did a good job in that fourth quarter. They answered. But man, Josh Hart, he almost blew it. He blew the wide open layup dunk, and then he fouled Castle. He almost blew it. But they were resilient. OG throughout the course of the fourth quarter, throughout the course of the game, throughout the course of the last two games has been outstanding. I thought, last game he was amazing, and tonight he was even better with 33 points. The shot making was really good. Getting to the basket, this is what we traded for. He's been taken it to a whole new level. Alvarado, I thought, was excellent. They basically closed with him over Mikal Bridges. It was just, team effort all around. Refs were, continued to do their stuff in that first half. Like you were saying, they overturned that call on Towns early, and it was pretty much, every foul was moaning and groaning from the crowd. But in the end, we pulled it away, and then got to book my stuff to get out there to San Antonio. You had it down there?
I'm looking into it now, man. What's your plan? You going?
I'm gonna go. I just gotta figure out all the stuff. I checked the flights just skyrocketed, and I saw they put out a tweet basically saying that all the ticket purchases are coming from the tri-state area. So gotta look into that.
All right. Yeah. I mean, things go so fast, man. I'm gonna look into it for sure tomorrow, man. For sure.
All right, sounds good. I'll text you.
STG Nick on the Discord. Shout out to STG. All right, man. Let's go. Let's bring in JD in the building. JD, let's go.
Testing 103. Testing 103. Can you hear me?
Go. Yes, sir. We here, man.
CP, Alex. I wish we had the video, man. I wish we had the video. Oh man. Can you believe it? What just happened tonight, man?
Bro,
Can you, bro? I'm at a loss.
I can't.
Words.
I can't. I can't. I cannot,
there's,
bro.
There's just so much you could go with this game. You know what's so great about a game like tonight, man, is that literally everyone, you can go to the locker room and everyone, except Deuce McBride, had a role in tonight on a positive end. You could find a positive play from Mitchell Robinson. You could find many positive plays from Jose Alvarado, Jalen Brunson, everyone within the rotation. This is what's great about a game like tonight where you make history, biggest comeback in NBA Finals history, is where there's more than your main guy that contributes to that history. Because to me, that's what's going to make the next game even more special, is where everyone that was a part of a historic game feels like they can continue to contribute to the next game and the rest of this series. A la Jose Alvarado. You talk about some of the adjustments. How about the confidence of the coaching staff with some of the pivots, some of the quick pivots that Mike Brown has made throughout the series? You know, last game and a few games ago, he pivoted quickly off Deuce McBride to Jordan Clarkson. He was rewarded last game because of that. Tonight, he goes into Jose Alvarado. He's rewarded off that adjustment. And you have to appreciate.
Jose killed it, man. Jose killed it, man.
And
he killed it.
It's just unbelievable because that's a player that throughout the end of the regular season, you felt like, is this a guy that can be in this playoff rotation? I'm not too sure. He's a little bit up and down. And then this is why traits, personality, certain qualities, when GMs make certain moves at the deadline or when they make certain additions, they bank on those traits, not only translating to the regular season, but more importantly, those traits translate to the playoffs, to high leverage situations, to the pressure moments. Jose Alvarado might not be the greatest shooter, might not be the tallest defender, but those traits, as you can see tonight, translate to the playoffs. And I want to say this one thing about Jalen Brunson. Bro, is it to the point where we're taking some of the stuff he does for granted? It's like, I get it. The expectations are at a level to where even if he's a little sloppy, we kind of dumb down his performance. But do we actually realize the degree of difficulty that 3-point shot over Victor Wembanyama, a guy that's 7'4", 7'5", over 8-foot wingspan, from the corner 3-pointer pocket, he shoots a 3 over him at the highest point, and he hits that 3 to cut the lead, to cut the deficit down 1 from 104 to 103. I just feel like, what about the lead that he got us from that drive against Stephon Castle? I feel like it gets to a point. I mean, listen, I'm a Yankee fan. I'm dying for Aaron Judge to just get one hit. And yet it just feel like with Jalen Brunson, we've gotten so numbed to how great he is in crunch time that if he isn't perfect, we feel like it's a little bit of a letdown. And I just want to take a little bit of a moment to like, let's not take for granted. Let's realize the degree of difficulty that this series is. And sometimes we try to overcomplicate things. And guess what? As cliche as it sounds, if you play ball, you understand. The San Antonio Spurs, they have a generational rotation of athletic, disciplined defenders. I'll say it again. They have a generational rotation of athletic, fast, disciplined defenders. CP, everyone thought that the recipe to stop Jalen Brunson was to simply put a 6'7" to 6'9" wing defender, and they didn't realize that's not really the recipe. You need to put a defender against Jalen Brunson that's going to be disciplined, that's going to be light on his feet, that's not going to fall for the pump fakes. Guess what? Stephon Castle is not 6'9". He's 6'5", 6'6". Devin Vassell is not 6'9". He's 6'5". Dylan Harper is not 6'9". He's 6'5". They're not the tallest guys, but guess what? They are, as young as they are, disciplined defenders. They have stayed on their feet.
And they're also sending two. They're sending
physical.
They're sending a little extra help. They're sending a little extra.
Exactly. And in addition to them being a little bit more disciplined, they're getting additional help from their schemes. And that's what's actually made it tougher on Jalen Brunson this series. And a night like tonight, my God, I just don't want to take Jalen Brunson for granted. And I'll end it with this. OG Anunoby, you talk about Leon Rose. What a effing trade. What a effing trade. You talk about a guy that has elevated his play, has taken his game to another level. Again, we're going to be mesmerized by that tip. CP, how did he not pull his hamstring running to catch De'Aaron Fox? How did he not pull his hamstring? When we look at what he's done recently, this play,
talk about that.
Because he's a monster.
We ain't even talking about that. And he had a mild hamstring injury in the playoffs and came back
healed. Vibranium healed. Monster.
Don't nobody talk about the contract no more. Just like the McCall 5 picks, don't talk about the OG contract no more. It's paid off.
That play, I'm telling you, that play is going to get overshadowed. I watched Sports Fandom tonight. I watched everything tonight, and everyone is looking at the tip. Absolutely, of course. But what about all De'Aaron Fox had to do was run back, run the clock out, get fouled, hit a couple free throws, reset everything, and it creates a different situation. Look at the way that OG says, if I pull this hamstring, the hell with that. I'm running this thing down, and I'm going to give it an attempt. To me, that's more impressive than even the tip, because if it wasn't for that, we don't get that opportunity. I mean, if Jalen Brunson is going to win the MVP if we win this title, but Jalen Brunson better make sure he gives a piece of that trophy to OG Anunoby if we go ahead and win this title, because I don't even care how he wins Game 5. The physicality that OG has played throughout this series, you talk about defending a De'Aaron Fox, and you've seen a few possessions where he, OG has a little bit of trouble staying with the Tyrese Maxeys, the De'Aaron Fox, the speedster type of guards. And yet he gave it his all. And you talk about a guy that was with the Raptors and won a championship, even though he wasn't totally healthy throughout that run. But my God, when you talk about the comparisons to Kawhi, when you talk about the physicality, this guy has earned every single penny of that contract. And listen, we're one game away, but I'm also very excited about the future. I'm not getting ahead of myself, but all I'm saying is, if you're a Knicks fan, you have to be excited about what's about to happen, but you also have to be excited about what could happen in the years to come. You have a team in their prime, and you have a guy like OG. You have guys that you can count on when playoffs come. Let's go.
We're solid. We're solid, man. And just as you said, that play on Fox, underrated, fellas. CK and Alex, man, that was an underrated play. JG just talking about it got me emotional again. Just watching the highlights.
Game saving play.
Like I said, man, I need time to really digest. I gotta watch this again. I gotta watch it again, man. Just insane because everything's just fast motion. Everything's going live. I'm like, what? It's chaotic. I'm like, yo, we was just down 21, 25. What's going on? And then all of a sudden we coming back. And, like you said, Alex, Cap got us in. Shout out to Jalen. He did. OG. And then Jose is making plays. And I was like, wait, what's going on right now? And before you know it, they get the stop with Castle. Literally the court. Everybody stormed the court. I said, what's going on?
CP, and let me say one last thing. Leon Rose. Man, you talk about you could have analyzed the series and mentioned Deuce as a huge part of the series. I had Deuce as an X factor in the series.
Yeah.
And the fact that he hasn't been a factor in the series, and yet we can go to in Jose Alvarado, we can go to a Landry Shamet and continue on. We can go to a Jeremy Shohan for a possession or two, just so he can play defense on a Wemby, because Karl Anthony Towns picks up 2 fouls within the first couple minutes, because Mitchell Robinson comes in and he's gassed in 5 minutes because he's not mentally conditioned to think that he's going to come in a game a minute, 2 minutes in. Sometimes, guess what? I was surprised. I'm like, how the hell is Mitchell Robinson gassed already? But people don't understand the mental part of a game. A role player goes into a game already premeditated, thinking, I'm probably going to go in at the 3-minute mark. Mitchell Robinson came in at the 11-minute mark. So he's mentally already sped up, and he's going into the game. He runs the court a few times, and he's already gassed. Sometimes it's not physical. Sometimes it's mental. And for Leon Rose to have a roster to where we run into an NBA Finals and we think Deuce McBride is going to be part of this series, but we can go deeper down into our depth chart and go into a Jose Alvarado, go into a Jordan Clarkson. I mean, this team, you talk about the build, which had questions. Leon Rose deserves a lot of credit if the Knicks go on to win the NBA title.
It's over. He had the conviction. He put the core together, and then he went on the margins. You got to get lucky on the margins. He got to sham it. He was able to execute the trade for Jose. And so, yeah, absolutely right, man. Once again, this is Knicks Fan TV post-game live. So to everybody in the chat, like, share, and subscribe. The Knicks get a monumental, incredible, franchise greatest come-from-behind win in the NBA Finals, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, that's how you have to describe it, because there is no other way to describe it. It was the greatest comeback in franchise history, especially with the magnitude of the moment. Knicks go up 3-1 in the NBA Finals on the Spurs, and they win 107-106. This is once again Knicks Fan TV post-game live. CP the Fan Sauce, Alex Towers. We got CK2K. We got JD Sportstalk on the audio. Let's get to our market value report presented by Car Gurus. And, a lot was made about OG Anunoby, who saved this one for the Knicks. OG tonight against the Spurs, 33 points, 4 rebounds, 7 of 9 from the field, 1 steal, 1 block. OG right now for the series, fellas, is averaging 23.8 points per game, 4 rebounds, 1.5 blocks in the 4 games, along with 1 steal. Al, I'll start with you, man. Market report, OG is red hot right now. Every game, 17 game 1, 17 game 2, 28 game 3, and 33 in game 4 in 48 minutes. Rapid fire your thoughts on OG, man.
OG's just been phenomenal, man. I mean, the guy has just been lights out. CK and I talked about it earlier in the show, and we were worried that we wasted a game. Like, hold on one, don't you worry. I'm a dial this thing up a little bit more and be in this. And that he did, man. I mean, OG's just been a two-way force, a wrecking ball for this team, man. Knicks needed every bit of his scoring in order to stay in this one and to eventually win. And I think the biggest thing when you look at OG and how he performs is that there's nothing flashy about his game. It's not like he's got a crazy tween package. It's not like that he's constantly windmill dunking. It's nothing flashy. But what he does do is that he understands. He understands he just understands how to position himself defensively and offensively. So that way he's in any way, man. Like, there's no better way just to put it. Like, offensively, like when I watch him, like he just stays simple and consistent. Like, you want to talk about step back jumpers. You want to talk about step back threes, fine. He sees the driving lane for a dunk, gets it. He sees everything that he wants to do, and it's just that simple for him. So, OG, man, just been instrumental in this Knicks postseason run, and the fact that the Knicks were able to sweep Philly to give him the rest needed, so that way he was okay to play through Cleveland and be at 100% now. Got to give them the credit, but OG, man, hell of a player, man. Absolutely needed for this team.
DK.
OG Anunoby is a creative player in 2K. He does everything you need at the most important moments. We talk about those big plays, the big block. We talk about the game-winning shot, but one of the things that I feel like we won't give enough credit to, unless you, like when you do, you rewatch the game, is OG Anunoby was on point the entirety of this game, just like he was in the last game. You know, OG was keeping us in this one throughout the entirety of this one. Didn't matter if we were down 25, 23. OG was doing every little thing he could do. Step back three was. Look at his percentages. Look at the percentages by OG Anunoby today. He was on fire. Hamstring is a thing of the past. I already said it. You got to make the new Skechers logo, the OG tip in for the win. I can't say enough about Ogugua. Jalen Brunson is my guy, but if OG goes for 35 again in game 5, we might have to have a different discussion about finals MVP. Shout out to OG.
JD.
It's just, to me, is the elevation of his game. As we get into the finals and you talk about the matchup and you talk about the athleticism on the other side, and you talk about the speed on the other side, and you talk about the length when you talk about Victor Wembanyama as a rim protector. Luke Cornett, who slept on, is a shot blocker as a rim protector. And it seems like on paper, you would think this could be OG's toughest matchup when you consider the Sixers and the Cavs. And yet, this matchup, he's risen to the occasion. And when you look at some of his quote-unquote weaknesses, ball handling, being tight on his dribble, being a little bit more precise on his moves so he doesn't look as uncoordinated, those things, he's actually elevated. And I know he gets these comparisons, but my God, he does look like a baby Kawhi out there. And that, to me, in addition to the Knicks winning as a result of his play, but also individually, something that he could look for himself as an individual player and look to himself as a development. He's gotten better in these NBA finals as an individual player going into next season. So to me, in addition to the impact he's had on the finals, but also individually from a development standpoint, I think OG Anunoby has gotten better as a one-on-one player throughout these NBA finals.
Totally agree. Absolutely agree. Next up on the market report, hey, Jalen Brunson, man, 36 points for Cap, 12 of 25 from the field, more efficient tonight. He goes 3 of 7 from 3, 9 of 4, 11 from the free throw line, but 7 dimes and 5 rebounds to go along with 3 steals. Did have 3 turnovers, but Al, how about Captain Clutch, Jalen Brunson, raising the bar a little bit from the points and the efficiency standpoint, obviously delivering a bit more in the second half compared to the first half in this game, man. Captain Clutch kind of starting this comeback, as you said.
Just surgical. Absolutely surgical in his performance tonight. The way that he was able to get to his spots was just so needed, CP and CK and JD, just because when you're looking for offense, I mean, the way that this team started out, not only today, but yesterday, you were just looking for some answers. And I know that people don't necessarily like when Jalen Brunson is dribbling the ball a lot. Well, he didn't do that a lot today. He didn't. He was making sure to get the ball out quick so that way he can go work off ball. But I liked his approach, especially in the second half tonight. You need him in the first half to get those 19 points just to keep this game somewhat in the balance. But once that second half came around, he just knew exactly where he wanted to go on. He's so sure of himself that he's just confident, like knows if he gets to the elbow, if he wants to knock down a three, that he will knock down those shots. And very needed in tonight's matchup going against the San Antonio Spurs. He was just, look, there's a reason why he's earned the C for this team, man. There's a reason why, he's been dubbed by CP Captain Clutch. There's a reason why he's been looked at as kind of a savior for this team, man, has just been putting them back on the path and back on the map. It's because the way that he competes on a night-to-night basis, he always have a chance to win. Even though, he didn't knock down that three, he still gave you a chance to win just by getting that lead. So shout out to Jalen Brunson, man. Shout out to the captain.
Absolutely. CK.
Yeah, I can't stress enough about how great he was in that second half. It's wild to me that there is a discussion about, some complaints with Brunson and stuff. If you're watching him out there, he was playing with a reason. Like I talked about it earlier, the way that he just had the defense in his grasp, like he had it figured out before they even were in their spots. He knew where Wembanyama was going to be at. He did a great job with whoever the off ball is, whether it was Alvarado, whether it was Hart, whoever it is, OG Anunoby, Towns, whoever the case may be. They did such a good job at keeping Victor Wembanyama in certain spots so JB could then cook on the other side of the court. Jalen Brunson, who is a known left-hander, was cooking throughout the entire right side in that second half. Check the graphs, look at it. You'll see he got all of his offense on the right side in the mid-range or at that three ball because of the way that he was dictating the offense on the end and just reading the defense. I thought he had a phenomenal second half, especially with a game where we just could not stop to save our lives or even score to save our lives in that first half. Jalen Brunson just shows why he is the captain yet again. I will never have an ill thing to say about Brunson. He had that one bad pass, but for one bad pass, he had phenomenal shooting, 6 for 11 in the second half. So I'm willing to forget it because JB right there with OG Anunoby and the reason why this game was won for the Knicks. 29-point deficit turned into a 1-point victory. Got to put some respect on the cap.
JD.
Listen, man, Jalen Brunson's 36 points tied the third most by a Knick in the NBA Finals. Willis Reed, 38 points in 1970. Willis Reed again, 37 points in 1970. And he ties Walt Clyde Frazier with 36 points, as Walt Clyde had 36 in Game 7 of the 1970 NBA Finals. Got to put respect on that name. And over the last 5 postseasons, in terms of the fourth quarter, in terms of crunch time, the last 5 postseasons, Jalen Brunson leads the NBA in fourth quarter points over Jason Tatum, over Jaylen Brown, over Jokic and Donovan Mitchell. He's at 556 points the last 5 postseasons in the fourth quarter. No one's even close. Jason Tatum is second at 437 points. No one's even close to him in terms of fourth quarter points. And guess what? You may look at that last minute shot, but are you going to talk to me about that floater against Stephon Castle? Are you going to talk to me about that 3-point shot against the 7-4, 7-5 Victor Wembanyama? Do you know the degree of difficulty of that 3-point shot? How about the layup that he had on the drive against the San Antonio Spurs? He had a lot of difficult shots to get us to the position that OG Anunoby was able to get that 3-point shot. And how about that last point shot? That last shot, by the way, was, I thought, listen, it could look like a bad shot in the way I saw UCP in the reaction, like, why, or whatever it was. But you got to look at in his position. He knows he's going to get double teamed. At that point, there's a few seconds left. You're going to live and die by your guy. At that point, if he takes one more second, guess what? He's going to be double teamed. We might have the shot clock run out. So he looked at it from a standpoint of, I'm going to get this basketball a little bit way outside the 3-point shot. It's either I'm going to pull up from deep or we're gonna live and die by someone else on a Hail Mary shot. Thank God he was actually had the IQ. This is what people don't look at from a nuance standpoint. Thank God that he actually knew beforehand he was going to get the double team. So you know what he do? You know what he does? He shoots a little bit earlier. That allows OG to come through, get the tip. We still have a second left. If he doesn't do that, we get, you know what we get? You know what we get, guys? The possession the San Antonio Spurs got to end the game, where they were just rushing Stephon Castle. They don't even get a shot off. Jalen Brunson's IQ, knowing what type of defensive coverage he was going to get, he said, I'm going to shoot a deep three-point shot. If it goes in, it goes in. If it doesn't, it is what it is. But by him doing that, it allowed us to get the offensive rebound, the putback shot. Those are the nuance that people are going to downplay. But that is what I think makes him a great player.
And on the third person on the Car Gurus market report, Jose Alvarado, ladies and gentlemen. 8 points in this one, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Fellow CK, Landry Shamet was the top guy for the Knicks bench with 13 points in games 1 and game 2. Game 3, only 3 points. Tonight, 0. Deuce McBride, also been a big struggle for Deuce in this entire series. This really hasn't been his series, but Jose Alvarado on that Knick bench has risen in terms of his contributions and now being a vital piece. He's been pretty consistent this entire NBA Finals, man. How about Jose on the market value report?
Yeah, man, that's the beauty of having a coach like Mike Brown giving his guys that opportunity. 12 deep in this game, and the shining star off of that bench when we had close to no scoring, as you just mentioned, off the bench was Jose Alvarado. And to me, Jose Alvarado's impact was even beyond the stat sheet as well, because he did something that we really haven't played too much around with, at least in this series, and that's give Jalen Brunson another set of hands, somebody else that can handle the rock to make the defense not feel so confident in just doubling Brunson at the half-court line. Now you got to show some respect to Jose Alvarado, and something that we all mentioned throughout this post game. This is very similar to what we did with Tyler Kolek in the NBA Cup. So it shows that, when you give the Spurs another player that is can go out there and dictate the offense, whether they are just looking to get it to Brunson or get it to Karl-Anthony Towns, or go down there and hit a spin move for a layup and get their own offense, you're gonna have to respect. The handle. And Jose Alvarado, we know what he does defensively, but big 3-ball, big shot in the paint when we needed that that offense from somebody else when the defense was tight on Jalen Brunson. Jose was ready for the moment. Shout out to the New York kid in the Garden. He talked about how he almost cried, and you know what? Rightfully so, because we understand it. The effort was there. The heart was on the floor. Shout out to Jose Alvarado. I think he was huge for us off the bench.
Al, your thoughts, man? Grand Theft Alvarado. And I got to give a shout out to Schwinny once again, man. Schwinny talked about it. Alvarado's been so good. Knicks need ball handling against a stingy Spurs defense. How about Alvarado and Brunson in the backcourt? Paid off tonight, man. Big time.
GTA, man. GTA being, we always talk about Mitchell Robinson being the release valve defensively for the Knicks. GTA being the release valve offensively for the Knicks tonight, just to give Brunson that space that's needed. And look, critical in tonight's matchup, man. When you have Spurs defense just ferocious, and you got Wemby back there, but as I've talked about in these game previews that I've done, I've always said, I know Wemby is the star, and that's the guy you got to look out for, especially with the way he is able to protect the rim. Got to look out for the guards, man, just in their ability to just close out, attack the perimeter, and just be that ferocious to limit guys who can get into the paint. And so when you had somebody like Jose Alvarado out there who can help Brunson just manage those minutes and just manage the offense, it gives him the opportunity just to work off ball and create that spacing that's needed for this Knicks team. So give credit to Jose Alvarado, man. Then to be efficient from the field offensively, which we've seen him struggle during the regular season. For him to do that and to get clutch shots, absolutely instrumental for this Knicks team.
JD, your thoughts on Alvarado?
Amazing. Amazing acquisition. And you talk about a playoff personality, being from New York. This was personal for him. And again, you know, he's probably the shortest player on the team, probably shorter than even Deuce McBride. And yet you would think that he would have more trouble against these longer, bigger San Antonio Spurs defenders. But he has such a quick dribble. That's the other thing about him is he has such a quick dribble, and he has no problem going straight to the rim, that it gives us a different dynamic offensively when we talk about ball pressure. Remember when we talk about the NBA Cup, where that adjustment to Tyler Kolek gave us a different dynamic in that game, which led to victory because we had trouble against that San Antonio Spurs tight defense, tight ball pressure. Well, in this series, it's not Tyler Kolek. It is Jose Alvarado as the adjustment, as the secondary ball handler that can relieve a little bit, just enough pressure or just enough possessions off Jalen Brunson. And that dynamic is going to be key, not only tonight, but it's going to be key for us to close out the series. I think Jose Alvarado's contributions have earned him more minutes and, you know, a mainstay in this rotation going into Game 5 in San Antonio.
Yeah, 1000%, man. Jose has emerged as a key bench piece, and another margin acquisition by Leon Rose that is paying huge dividends here for the Knicks in the NBA Finals on the biggest stage. The homegrown kid, hometown kid, you know, just adding to that storyline again. Just a big time. You got to be happy for Jose Alvarado, and congratulations to him and the entire team. Once again, that was our market value report presented by Car Gurus, man. Go ahead and go to cargurus.com, the #1 shopping site when it comes to buying and selling cars. Make your next deal the best deal with Car Gurus. Go to cargurus.com to get it done, man. #1 most visited car shopping site. Once again, shout out to the team. And yeah, like I said, man, it's very emotional, man. Very emotional win, and just big time. Congratulations to these guys, man. Can't be more proud of these guys. Let's get to the phones and rapid fire as we conclude tonight's post game show. Grabba on the Discord, rapid fire. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm in the spot.
Yes, sir. How are you, man? Rapid fire.
I ain't gonna lie, I cried tonight, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all boys. It's emotional, man. I was watching. I'm just like, why not us? Like, you know, everybody come to the Garden to make history. Steph broke the 3-point record. MJ, Kobe, LeBron, like, you know, they all come here and make history. Why not us? And just a gut punch to the Spurs. And this what they get, man. They was talking all that hotness, man. Game is never over. You can never kill this team, man. Steph on Castle. The Knicks is never rattled. Wemby could skedaddle. Knicks in 5, man. Do it for the Big Apple, man. I'm out of here.
Let's go. Grabba on the Discord, man. I like that rapid fire, man. Very rapid fire. Let's go. Shabiz from LI. Shabiz, let's go. Rapid fire.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Good, man.
So, got a few points to make. My first one, once a Nick, always a Nick. Call back anytime. But we got to get Dotson back on the line to go through clutch players between De'Aaron Fox
and
Jalen Brunson.
He did put Fox over Brunson. And I've been talking.
You remember that?
Talking to the whole team. Whole team's watching. I was talking to Dot just like a couple of days ago.
You remember that?
Yeah.
I never forgot that. I thought that was wild because they're both from Houston. But I get it. You got to go with the hometown guy.
Of course.
So I feel like, you know, JD brought it up. Brunson was clutch in the 4th. Clutch. He hit the 3, the right-handed layup, the left-handed floater over Castle. He was clutch, and I think he had two bad possessions. He had the one that kind of looked like it went off his knee, And then
Yeah.
the one in Fox got him in the corner, which was a good play by him. But he brought us home. Get it within 10, within 5 minutes, and JB is going to bring us home. Right? Next point is I think we won this game because of our experience. And let me explain. I was with you, CP. At the end of the game, I was like, what just happened actually? Like, I don't remember what happened. So I watched the last 7 minutes 2 or 3 times. The last 2 minutes is chaotic. It's chaotic. You know, you got turnovers, stepping out of bounds. Wemby missed 2 free throws after the Josh Hart layup. He missed 2 in a row. And then De'Aaron Fox going up for it when he could have tried to dribble it out. We have been there before. We have, 4 games in the last 2 years, down 20 plus points in the playoffs and won. There's got to be an emotional thing from both sides on the comeback. And we had the Indiana series, the game 1 that we lost last year. So we know the good side of it. We know the heartbreak of it. We were able to be gritty and stay composed in that time. And I thought they fell apart. And we were gritty. And the final thing I got to say is the OG tip is going to go down as the best shot in Knicks history. Knicks in 5.
Well said, my guy. Great call, man. Great call. Salute to Shabiz from LI, man. LI, stand up. Where you guys from, man? Throw your cities, throw your country, throw your state in the chat, and we will shout you guys out, man. Shout out to Long Island, man. 516-631. Beenbronx, go ahead. I'll mute your mic. Rapid fire. Let's go.
Yo, CP, JD, Alex, CK, salute to you fellas.
How are you doing?
I got a special 90-second public announcement for anyone named Victor Wembanyama.
Okay.
Look who's laughing now, you goofball. I was so tired of seeing this man smile after Mitch got the technical foul on him. But ladies and gentlemen, we are 1 win away from making history. I had to do some research to cement all of this. Historically, the probability of a team coming back from a 1-3 deficit in the finals is 2.7%. Cleveland was the only team to do it 10 years ago. You think Wemby's going to play at LeBron's level and make this happen? No! Everyone's saying he's an alien, but that boy is moving like he's E.T., a family-friendly baby alien that's on fraud watch. But back to us, man. I'm going to land the phone right here. This is something special tonight, man. So I got to give a shout-out and salutes to CK for keeping the optimism during the play-by-play show. Chat was going crazy there, but, you got to keep the faith. And this is for all the fans who've been through hell and high water. And it's emotional, man, especially for the ones who couldn't be here today to celebrate this special moment here with us.
Yeah.
We send a salute to the heavens, for real.
Yeah.
The last thing, for real. Your Knicks are about to be the 2026 NBA World Champions. Appreciate you, fellas. Shout out KFTV. Stay blessed, y'all. Good night.
Certainly hope so. Certainly hope so, man. And as he said, what Beenbronx just said, everything's being made about the Knicks fan beat up the Spurs fan, and the rules. What he said was exactly where the focus needs to be. This win, and hopefully they do seal it. It ain't over till it's over. But if this is for the Knicks fans, present and from the past, those who are bleed orange and blue, who have been waiting for this moment. As soon as I sat down in my seat, fellas, and it's just serendipity, man. Like, I always get a kick out of being in a building with 19,000 people, and you walking in, you see people you leave out, you see people Out of 19,000 people, you always find one person, right? So we're coming in, and we sit down in the seats, and one guy comes up to me, and he's a guy who we were together in one of the very early John Starks season ticket holder luncheons that they had, and I got invited to. This is maybe 7 years ago. And the guy's like, yo, I remember you, CP. I've been watching you ever since. And, take a picture for that guy. That's what Beenbronx is talking about. That's where the focus should be. Forget about, the nonsense and the criminals that's out there committing crimes. Forget them. We're not them. That's not us. It's about the people that are enjoying this team, enjoying watching this team, that have been supporting this team for decades. And it's a fandom that transcends generations. Like, let's put the focus on that. Whereas, over the last 2 days, it's, oh, you Knicks fans, this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, I'm power scrolling past the dumb stuff. Power scrolling past the videos, power scrolling past, everybody feels like they got to have like a think piece on it. Forget all that.
Right.
Forget all that. Focus on the people that have been riding with this team through and through, were at the Garden, were at the watch parties, wherever they're at around the world, man. Australia, UK, wherever it is. Focus on those people. It's millions of those people that are like riding with this team. Highs, lows, everything in between. Those stories are way more important that we should be focusing on than what the criminals are doing outside, which is a very small minority. Forget them. Throw them in the paddy wagon, set them to central booking, and finish it off. We don't care about that. Focus on the through and through orange and blue. Come on, man. It's just crazy. And people can't, if you can't separate the true Knicks fans from the one-off criminals, then I don't know what to tell you. You're not a smart person. It's just point blank period. Forget about that. Beenbronx hit it on the head, man. All right, let's keep going rapid fire as we go here. Let me get a couple more. It's like 5-3. All right, let me get one more, then we're going to get to the Ryan Malibu Chuck T. Soul Goddess, go ahead and unmute your mic. Soul Goddess.
Yo,
Yes, sir.
yo, everyone, that was the greatest game I've ever seen in my life. I told y'all, GTA, make them run with us. They can't run with us. Tibbs has trained us to go the distance in a marathon. These boys can barely sprint. I don't give a damn about no area. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing. We the men in black. We got this. New York, and one more game. We're going to clean it up in San Antonio. Screw everybody. Screw the refs. I don't want to hear it. I am hyped. This was the best game I've ever seen in my life. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, CK, for holding it down. And CP, get out the bushes and get on the lawn. Knicks it one. Love y'all.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out my guy. Shout out TM. Shout out Kyle in the chat. Salute. Gary Riker, we salute. We'll get to the super chats. Let's get to Rhyme Animal to close this out. 3 a.m. on the East Coast. It's getting late. Let's get to the Rhyme Animal. Chuck T, let's go.
Yo, you were giving people the time of their lives. Seriously, lock this in. Beautiful basketball in June. Beautiful. I don't know what's mid-June. Mid-June, right. And the crazy thing about it, and I'll be rapid fire with these points, but check it out. This is a once and a once. First of all, I don't know what was going on with one of those baskets. What basket was you sitting close to, see?
I was in the fourth quarter. Everybody, the Knicks were on my side.
Okay. It just seemed like one of those baskets still had that juju on it that was left the other day that Wu-Tang removed it. Big Triumph. Triumph is the celebration song if we get this one, because they saged the garden. Ball speaking, the game is long. Because the game goes so fast, it means the game is long. Coincidentally, I go back and back on the text with Han Solo. And I was telling him, I said, yo, the game is long, dog. The game is long. And when Mike Brown went 12 deep and he was scrambling, he was looking, yo, man, I liked when he brought in Huck. He brought in Soul Jam in there. All right, Deuce didn't click, and Clarkson was erratic, but he just kept picking, he just kept throwing layers at the Spurs. And I said, these cats are getting tired, because it's just like Wemby and four guards. And they not even long wings. Wemby and four guards. So there was something that was going to give way. Also recognize GTA, right? Yo, man, did you realize how important that not going over and back was on that play? He didn't go over and back.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
stopped right at the half
I was
line.
very nervous about that. Very
Whoa,
nervous about that.
yo, that was brilliant because he did not go over and back and saved on the play, you know. And OG's sequence of the rebound, the block, and the tap will go down like Havlicek stole the ball. It's not just it's not just the greatest Nick play. It's one of the greatest plays in NBA history. It's the greatest comeback in NBA history. These are just not Nick highlights. These are the greatest plays in NBA history. I've seen basketball in this city for over half a century. And when somebody calls up and says, listen, that's the greatest game ever, I'm telling you, when they start throwing those clips up, when they like the NBA playoffs, the finals, they gotta pick a Nick clip, right? They gotta pick a Nick clip to put up in the intro for the NBA finals. You gotta put it up there with Jordan, you know, throwing in one hand to the other hand, and Kareem's skyhook, and Havlicek steals the ball. OG's tapping. Never seen anything like that before. And we've seen a lot. And when you check out the game tomorrow, CP, I heard Marv Albert earlier this week on one of the broadcasts. He says, listen, being at the game is something, but I like to check it out also from the screen at home where you see so much. So I think when you see the game tomorrow for the analysis.
I got to watch the broadcast. I got to watch the broadcast.
You're gonna cry. You're gonna cry again, bro. I'm telling you. Watching the replay of this game, don't tell me you can't get emotionally choked. Big shout out to CK and Alex and JD. Yo, I'm telling y'all, what y'all have witnessed, you're gonna keep it for a while. Tell your kids and grandkids about this one. One more to go. And I just left Texas. And I'm not going back to Texas. And also, I'm invited. I'm invited back into the garden.
OG, is that where you were? It looked like a backstage where you were watching game 2, the game 2 win?
Game 2. No, that was Jersey.
Okay.
And then I went from Jersey because I was with Springsteen and them that night. And then I went to Austin. And then I went to Austin. Then I actually went back to California. But the whole key was like I was running the Spurs fans. And here's the thing. I'm kind of invited to another game.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go. I don't want to be invited. Okay. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying,
yeah.
I would like to politely turn it down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying about that.
I got you.
I don't want to be there. Also, last before I go, dig up the cap on Cat on that fingertip. That also, is a throwback to Akeem Olajuwon blocking with a finger John Starks. And here this ball goes in and Cat tips it with a fingertip to keep that ball from going over into Castle.
Yeah.
One to go, y'all. Salute. Love y'all.
One more.
Love, yo.
All love to the Rhyme Animal. Chuck to everybody. Throw a hashtag PE in the chat. And I think it's appropriate to end the calls with the Rhyme Animal, man. Yeah. Just an emotional night. Supercharged. I gotta watch the game over again tomorrow. Tomorrow in the debrief, we will have Justin Morelli. We will have Langston Galloway. Let's get to the Supers. It was a good night at the Garden. Well, Melo was there. Melo came through. He wasn't at game 1, fellas, but Melo pulled up for game 4. When I say game 1, the Garden game 1.
Game 3.
So he wasn't at game 3, but he was at game 4. Seinfeld was there. Jerry was there. They did the 99 Knicks montage like they did in game 3, but it was they put they added Houston, they added Chris Dudley to the Knicks. So they put Starks, Houston, Chris Dudley, Sprewell, Camby, LJ, and Charlie Ward. They put them all in one montage. Because there's a lot of people, so they gotta start mixing it up. And then they gave Ewing his own thing. Which wasn't like he's here, but it was like a hype the crowd up type of situation. So they gave Ewing his thing. They started off with Taylor Swift, which was like, all right, okay, no one cares. She's not a Knicks fan, but all right, that's a biggest.
What do you mean? We were playing basketball in her wedding venue, CP. Show some respect, bro.
It was it was kind of like it was kind of lame, So she got some cheers, she got some booze, rightfully so. That was it. You had your usuals. Victor Cruz was there. The usual guys. Everybody was there. Fat Joe and all of that. Wu-Tang at halftime. That was good. That was good.
It was.
Yeah, I saw Ghostface in the Delta Club. Chopped it up Worldwide West. Shout out to Wes. He's a KFTV guy. Shout out to Wes. Yeah, shout out to Wes, man. Very nice guy. Chopped it up with Wes. Baron Davis. Baron Davis was out there. JR was there. Shump was there. Jeremy Lin was there as well. Jeremy Lin was in the mix. Yeah.
Saw Bedroll Peace. AKA Ron.
Yeah, I didn't see Meta. I did not see Meta.
Him and Shump are both wearing their Knicks jerseys.
Okay, that's nice. I did not see Meta, but it was good to have him there. He's always welcome, man. That's my guy. I always rock with Meta. That's my guy.
I wish we got him a few years earlier. Oh,
that was his original nickname, was the True Warrior. Shout out to Meta. Yeah, man. All right, Al, let's rock the super chats and get up out of here. It's late.
Oh my goodness, I don't even know where I left off, man.
Oh man, all right.
So many. I know who it was, but I don't see it because my chat closed down. I had to refresh.
Okay.
So
Nas was in the building.
He was. Yeah. They showed that too. Yeah, man. We had Jay on game 3 and we had Nas game 4.
Yeah, Nas was there. Nas was definitely in the building. Salute. Okay. Al, you don't know where you left.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's so many. Hold on.
There's a lot of super chats here.
And we appreciate all of them.
All of them.
Shout out to all you.
We got Woke Producer. We got shout out Son Doggy, man. $300 super chat. Shout out to Woke Producer, $200 super chat. Shout out to Kane Marco, $100 super chat. We didn't get to Kane.
Whoa.
No, we did not.
Shout out to Kane, man. That's our guy. He says, brothers, we still got 3,200 people in here at 3 o'clock in the morning. He says, brothers, one win away. None of us have seen this team win in our lives, and the time is finally here. I don't even know what to say. I shed a tear tonight. Make sure to save a table for 6 for me on Saturday. Listen, people have been inquiring. The Game 4 watch party, demand was crazy. Game 5 I know is going to be crazy. So, Canes, so to you, we will have one saved for you, no problem. But yeah, shout out to you, man. Says I want to watch us win with KFTV. Salute to K Marco. Al, do you know where we left off at or no?
1 second, almost there. I'm almost finding it. All right.
Oh my God. Okay.
I think it just cut off. So you probably have to look out from behind what walks the goat.
Yep.
But I'm going to start there. So shout to Lux the goat, man. Well, Wemby still can't actually do anything with Cat. Cat consistently score on him. And can't stop him from scoring. That's why the refs have to help him. Shout out to Cherry Blue with the $5 super chat. Says, let's go Knicks. I'm about to buy a Fox jersey. Shout out to El Dentastico with the $20 super chat. Says, Wemby choked by missing 2 free throws in a row. And then JB nailed a 3 right in his face. If MJ did that, we'd never hear the end of it. Shout out to Max.
The debrief, we're going to give away another one of these commemorative NBA Finals tickets. That's what they give out at the Garden. And we'll have a T-shirt as well to give away to the fans. Go ahead, Al.
Nice. Sick.
Yeah, we always like, it's custom here, man. We always like to give a piece of the action to someone at home who wasn't at the game. So we do that. So we always get extra. We got another one and a T-shirt. There we go.
I have to use my burner account tomorrow. Shout out to
not supposed to tell them.
Shout out to they won't know which one where the burner account's going from, man. They don't know. I got one. Shout out to Max Powers with the $20 super chat. Says OG Anunoby with the biggest play in Knicks history. Watch this comeback on this channel from the Mile High City, lifelong Knicks fan from Bed-Stuy. Let's go Knicks. We're all them Spurs fans rocking my Mitchie jersey. Shout out to Santana D Block with the $2 super chat. Says Julius Randle is turning over in his grave. Shout out to BK Jeezy with the $10 super chat. Says un family show, believable. Salute. Peace. Shout out to Cito with the $2 super chat. Shout out to Rico World Peace, who's been a franchise channel member for 40 months. Says one more game. Shout out to New York City B-Ball with $5 super chat. Says down 30. I heard some Giannis rumblings in the chat. Shout out to Penny for becoming a franchise channel member. Shout out to shout out to Manuel with the $2 super chat. Appreciate it. Shout out to J4S81 for being a franchise channel member for 25 months, saying one more win. Shout out to Deceitful Truth with $5 super chat. Says this one is for Pablo Prigioni. Shout out to Penny once again for gifting 10 franchise channel memberships. Shout out to Chuck G with the $5 super chat. Says this is the best feeling in my 27 years of sports fandom. Knicks on top. Shout out to Beyond with the $10 super chat. Says been replay gang since day one. Click my first KFTV video because I thought Smack was talking about the Knicks. Shout out to Hold the Vibes with the $2 super chat. Appreciate it. Shout out to D Capway with the $20 super chat. Says thank you, Taylor Swift. I don't know what she did, but she did something. Shout out to Intelligent with the $10 super chat. Says we're almost there, fellas. 42, and I never thought we'd be this close that we could taste it. Shout out to Blast Beast Central with the $5 super chat. Says told God I'd go to church if we win. Shoes ready. Shout out to Neil Pro with the $5 super chat. Says I don't even know how I'm alive right now. I think my soul left my body 6 times in that fourth quarter. Shout out to Frat Guy with the $10 super chat. Says greatest comeback in NBA history. OG is MVP of these finals. We got Conquito. Shout out to you once again, though. Shout out to Janelle Torre with the $5 super chat. Says Young Bucks got humbled by grown blank men tonight. Let's go. Let's get Pat his ring. Go Knicks. Shout out to the ruler with the $5 super chat. Says New York City is rocking right now. I'm in Queens. This is going crazy. One more. Let's go Knicks. Shout out to Rare Edition with the $10 super chat. Says in the play-by-play, we stay positive. The Spurs played a stellar first half, and the Knicks played a transcendent second half. Complete team effort. Is OG in discussion for Finals MVP? He put in work. Shout out to Jay Green with the $2 super chat. Shout out to BK with the $2 super chat. Says the real. Shout out to the real carnivore with the $5 super chat. Says Spurs a little piece of advice. It's not how you start, but how you finish. Let's go Knicks. Shout out to Jermaine. Shout out to Yankee for shout out to Jay Jermaine for becoming a franchise channel member. Shout out to Yankee for being a franchise channel member for 24 months. And John Starks 18 games starting to fade away. Shout out to Jay Green with the $20 super chat. Says ugh! That's how I felt. Shout out to Juice with the $10 super chat. Says unsung hero of the night. CK trying to host the halftime show. #hero. Shout out to Jay's Official with the $5 super chat. Says one win away from the chip. OG jumping to heaven. Let's go Knicks. Shout out to UA Regard with the $10 super chat. Says from Andrea Bargnani's airballs, Ron Baker's hair, Frank Miller's bricks, Kevin Knox's Fortnite coat, and Julius Randle's spin cycles, we survived hell. Now we up 3-1 in the finals. Bing bong. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to Ryan Young with the $10 super chat. Says what a game. OG MVP of the series. Stop playing. Consistent on both ends. OG is the machine. No emotion. Only process. Knicks in 5. Shout out to Ray Nobleza with the $5 super chat. Says Jalen Brunson doesn't always have a great game, but when the game needs him to be great, he always shows up in the clutch. Shout out to Timothy Danzel with the $5 super chat. Says I'm going to say this again, and I'm 55 years old. Brunson is the best Knick I've seen in my lifetime. Shout out to Tyrone with the $2 super chat. Shout out to Penny once again for gifting another 10 franchise channel memberships. That's 20 in total for Penny. Shout out to Knicks Forever with the $2 super chat. Says OG with the hand of God tip. Series 0-0. Shout out to MAOO 7 with the $5 super chat says he has to be the hub going forward. He is the only player none of the Spurs can do anything with, even Wemby getting dunked on by the dog twice. Ogugua.
Ogugua.
Ogugua, that's right. Ogugua. That's my apologies. Shout out to Freak NY for gifting 5 franchise channel memberships. Shout out to New York to Pennsylvania with the $2 membership, $2 super chat. Where's CP at? Did he jump out the window? I want to. Shout out to Will Hooper for the $2 super chat.
Game 2. I've been gone since game 2, man.
You've been faded since game 2? Or you've been out the window since game 2? What's going on?
I've been out the window since game 2, man. Come on, it's NBA Finals, man. I'm riding with my guys, man. Even if they lost the game, it wasn't over. Man, I was a lot of people nervous. I'm nervous. Like everywhere you went. Like I went to the gym. The guy at the gym. Oh, if they lose, this is over. So no, bro.
Oh my God.
No. They lose, this is 2-2. It's adversity. It's fine. Keep it going. It's a series. Right? It's hard. Next game is not guaranteed. It's hard. They have to earn it. But they have the wherewithal to do it. Now, tonight, never seen anything like it in an NBA Finals game. Like I said, I got to watch it over again to make it make sense. It don't make sense to me. I'm just talking tonight, okay? I'm just talking. But even still, ride with my team to the end, man. Let's go. Take the diapers off. Keep going out.
Shout out to Will Hooper with the $2 super chat. Appreciate it. Shout out to 2K Anthony with the $10 super chat. Says the game winner was better than the Dante shot. The 2 games in Boston, people wanted OG and trade packages for Giannis. I don't want to hear it. Knicks in 5. I'm ready for a noise complaint tomorrow. Shout out to Kakabula with the 25,000. I think that's Chilean peso. Right? I'm right, CP, right? CLP? What is that? CLP is what currency?
Yeah, Chilean, yep.
Shout out to you. Says, build the statue, bring the keys of the city. That OG play was historical. Best comeback in NBA Finals history, man. Ain't no messing with these Knicks. Let's finish this clutch diaper crew in 5. Shout out to, Stone Cold with the $2 super chat. Appreciate it. Shout out to Soul Goddess for becoming a franchise channel member. Shout out to Vic from the site with the $5 super chat. Says blocks Fox, inbounds the ball, and has the IQ to hustle for the game-winning tip-in. OG is a man among boys and tastes basketball immortality. Let's go Knicks. Shout out to Iris Cox with the $10 super chat. Shout out to Z from Shy with the $5 super chat. Says, if you don't jump after tonight, it's too late. Window sealed. Dope to see can be in the building. Shout out to Lux the GOAT with the $5 super chat. Says, final note, anybody physically attacking Spurs fans is a cornball. What's wrong with people? Shaking my head. Shout out to Blue with the $5 super chat. Says, I think I had a small heart attack when Josh smoked that layup. OG's hand of God will be added to the Jalen tattoo in 1 month. In the 1 month game. Let's go Knicks. Shout out to Abstract with the $2 super chat. Says GTA and OG have cojones, Boricuas and motherland reppin'. Shout out to D Cannon New York Forever with the $50 super chat. Says, I couldn't believe what I watched tonight. The grit and determination and the cardiac affair that these Knicks gave tonight. It was incredible from top to bottom. This team is different. Knicks in 5. Go OG. That's our OG. Shout out to Empire with the $20 super chat. Says that OG tipping was like the David Tyree helmet catch in the Giants Super Bowl win. Let's go. Shout out to Rush with the $2 super chat. Shout out to Coda with the $5 super chat. Says, can I name my first child Ogugua? I'm white. Shout out to shout out to Rush with the $5 super chat. Says, neighbors called the police on me after OG got that put back. Real tears were streaming down my face. 30 years of pain, and we're 1 game away. Shout out to Jaden for becoming a franchise channel member. Shout out to Arhiger with the $5 super chat. Saying unbelievable thanks to you guys for the channel, but energy don't lie. We got this team of destiny. Stay locked in. Let's go Knicks. Shout out to Rager with the $5 super chat again. Says additional message. If they play through OG and Cat, they win easy next game. Shout out to Big Figs with the $20 super chat. Says, I don't know if it was said, but Cat saved the game by getting his hand on the lob that was going to be wide open. I'll be in the building for game 5. It's finally our time, Knicks fam.
Cat got the deflection. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Shout out to Blackness with the $2 super chat. Says, CK, didn't I say don't lose hope on them Knickers?
He did.
Shout out to Test with the $5 super chat. Says, LMAO, Wemby missed 2 free throws. Shout out to Test again with the $5 super chat. Says, loved Robinson's elbow and GTA stepping over Wemby. He's definitely not trying that ish again. Shout out to Test with another $5 super chat. Test, you just went off on $5 super chat. Says, OG Anunoby is MVP, and it isn't close. He has evolved into an elite scorer. Dude was looking like 2019 Kawhi out there. Shout out to Test once again with the $5 super chat. Says OG is averaging over 23.8 points per game on 58% shooting from the field and 55.6% 3-point shooting in the NBA Finals. Wemby, who? Shout out to Jet Life with the shout out to Jet Life once again with the $100 super chat. Shout out to Suave with the $2 super chat. Shout out to Terrence Cox with the $10 super chat. Says OG gets game ball, but Jose deserves it. Allowing JB to stay on the court without using energy was key. JB taking that 3 on purpose because he knew Wemby was out of the paint was a 2000 IQ play. Job not done. Shout out to Abstract with the $5 super chat. Says if believe in fate. I became Knicks fan at age 10. My daughter turned 10 today and witnessed most epic finals win. Join me wishing Eli a happy birthday. Well, happy birthday to Eli. Shout out to Business with the $2 super chat. Shout out to Chuck D with the $50 super chat. Says makes you think that the other rim had the juju. Wu-Tang Triumph is the theme for the chip. It was the Sage after Monday. Long ass game. One was going back and forth with Allen Houston, Han, OG. The rebound, the block, the tap goes down like Havlicek steals the ball. Shout out to Visions Squad with the $53 super chat. Says spending 53 for the 53 years. I just feel like we're a destined team this year. I love this family show team. I love this family show team so much. I love this channel. You all hold the squad down. I'm in Mass, but I have to make this watch party Saturday. Much love, Knicks in 5. Name is Benny. Shout out to Benny. Shout out to Gotcha Open with the $25 super chat. Says was gonna go to Six Flags this weekend, but this was the best roller coaster ride I've been on. 5-star frog splashing out the window. Shout out to Albert Baez with the $20 super chat. Says what a time to be alive. Shout out to you got Hard Jeezy, right? The $10 super $100 super chat from Hard Cheesy.
Yes, we did. Yep. Shout out to C Rob, $10 super chat. Says, man, we built like that. It wasn't pretty, but it was gritty. Words to CP. Absolutely. Yep. Working on the trademark for that as well. Shout out to Papa Gorge Giorgio. 7157, $10 super chat. Says, guys, for a minute I thought I was about to choke someone when I look like GTA had a backcourt violation. It did. I looked at that, fellas. I said, oh my God, we almost got it. But when they didn't call it, I thank the man from above. Knicks in 5, baby. Let's go, Nick. Shout out to CL Kendrick. $5 super chat says, what was funny about the comeback win? They were so cool, calm and collective. Brunson Burner, Barrage, in effect. OG, we love you, man. $212.5 million man. Yeah, I never really thought about OG as overpaid and nothing like that. I said, nah, man, like, bro, you sleep on two-way play. You can't sleep on two-way play, man. You can't sleep on two-way play. I never thought of OG as an overpay because of that. and you know, as much as we've always heard he wants a bigger role, and be like, can he handle it? He's handling it and the biggest stage against the toughest defense. OG is delivering. He is delivering, man. Ira from the Bronx, $10 super chat says, true greatness. We are inspiring. League tried to screw us. Adam Silver looks like he hasn't been born yet, and simultaneously looks like he's 100 years old. Says, get Silver a multivitamin immediately. Shout out to Abstract DR, $2 super chat to Chuck D. Can you wish my daughter Eli happy birthday? One love. Rhyme Animal, can you wish Abstract DR's daughter happy birthday? We going through super chats and more super chats are coming in. It says Rondell Hartley, $10 super chats to salute to KFTV. Wu-Tang Clan tonight. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Shout out to Ghost. Ira from the Bronx, $10 super chats says never give up. Without the lows, there are no highs. Work over ego. What an incredible group of players and people we are witnessing. What an amazing thing to experience. Remind you of what is possible. Absolutely. Great comment. $20 super chat from Kev Steezy says, we made the Western Conference champs look like Cleveland. Draymond, Knicks can't go down 22 versus Spurs and think they're going to come back green. I don't know why they keep bringing him back. What value does he bring? Anyway, we got KFTV's best show covering the Knicks. National, local, whatever it is. Shaq was tight. You can't measure heart. Analytics don't work with us. Great comment, Kev Steezy. Great comment. Welcome to Ari Pavir, franchise channel member, says, I flew from Australia for this. Worth it. I was in Slate for game 3 and tonight. Unbelievable atmosphere, bro. I heard the watch party at Slate was turned upside down. I talked to Cedro. Shout out to Cedro, man, our event manager there at Slate, Team KFTV event manager on the ground there. They said Slate was upside down. Salute, man, to everybody that was in the building. If you were in the building tonight, let me know in the chat. Shout out Jay Mathur. 8483 $5 super chat says KFTV love. Thank you, my dudes. Absolutely. Shout out to Fleet Sword $5 super chat says 2 years ago we eliminated the Sixers, and I said this is what the Bulls fans felt like watching MJ in '89. You said those teams won the chip 2 years later, 1 game away. Shout out Ira from the Bronx again. $10 super chat says need a shirt that says 76 and 49 with 9:40 left in the third. If he wasn't 8 feet, Wemby would be the type of guy that would have Mamba mentality in his IG bio and then not be able to complete a simple grocery delivery. Shout out MA007. $5 super chat says, just saw a video of someone hitting Wemby in the head with an egg thrown at him on the gram. Unnecessary, but a little funny. That was for Cap. Yeah, I mean, listen, man. You know, this is a concrete jungle of New York. We can't save everybody. Like, you know, that's what the police is out there for. Got to move carefully. Obviously, you know, for fans, don't be doing no dumb stuff, but can't control everybody, man. Everybody's looking for a reaction in the social media world. Everybody trying to level up on the stunts. You know, it is what it is. Gary Riker, $5 super chat says, Parade Watch is on. My boys and I will be there. Shout out to Chuck D. Ron Adam with $5 super chat says, Mike Brown must have been like I told De'Aaron Fox, we don't need that in Sacramento quite a few times. Shout out to Pathinius, £6 super chat, £6, yeah, or euro rather. Says, what a game. All love from Berlin. Love what you guys are doing. Think of the Euro fans with the live shows. So to our friends across the pond in Europe for sure. All right, Al, go ahead and keep it going.
Where'd you leave off at? Who'd you read off at?
My guy from Germany. I lost it again. Hold on. He was P. Phineas.
Okay. Okay, so you left off there. All right. So shout out to Ghetto Clown Fish with the New Zealand $5 super chat says, I used to pray for times like this. Nixon 5, shout out from New Zealand. Shout out to New Zealand, man. Shout out to Lowell with the $20 super chat says, OG's tipping is probably the reason why we win the trophy. Let's family show go. Shout out to E-Man with the Canadian $25 super chat says, I stopped believing like CP during the fourth, but what a win. Special shout out to your wife who kept believing. Listen to the wife from now on from Canada. Shout out to Who Show with the $10 super chat says, I turned off the game for 10 minutes, threw on a video game to calm myself down. I spoke to God and said, only you know what's written. Turned the game back on, and we chipped away and got the dub. Shout out to Gary Riker with the $10 super chat says, how many players did Knicks fans say mid-fourth quarter? How many prayers did Knicks fans say mid-fourth quarter? And shout out to Joey with the $10 super chat, and that is it.
Holy moly. Shout out to everybody, man. Like, share, subscribe. Number one show for the fans by the fans. Great show, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow with a debrief. Langston Galloway joining us with Justin Morelli. And, remember that these shows are available in audio podcast format. What a night for this fan base, for this franchise, for the players who delivered an unbelievable comeback. The greatest comeback in franchise history. The greatest shot. I think this has surpassed the Houston shot against Miami. I think this has surpassed the LJ 4-point play. Everybody remember the OG tipping and where they were tonight. And hopefully it ends in a championship, and hopefully they can end it. You know, obviously we'd love to end it here in New York, but sooner the better. If they end it in San Antonio, so be it. So, you know, if you guys are headed to the Alamo, safe travels out there. Hopefully we'll see you out there. But if not, I will be here, man, underground in New York, greatest city in the world. Shout out to the New York Knicks tonight. It was your time. When we get time, we will give away another one of these commemorative tickets that they gave at the Garden, along with the T-shirt. But until then, man, we'll see you guys in just a couple hours, man. Great job, K, Alex, JD, man. Appreciate everybody. Team KFTV. Everybody throw your ones in the chat. One more.